werewolf thing in like the Grand Canyon. Mm-hmm. Then there was the spaceship one. That one was pretty sweet. We actually got out of that alive.
Barely.
Yep.
Stuck in the pond.
And then we had the Antarctica one, which a few people got away in the plane, I think, but most of the people died. He's never gotten to play, so I will be taking charge of the next one, and I'm writing my own scenario. So that is going to be quite an event.
We will be dreading it.
Well, and I have up to 6
dread.
I'm dreading it.
I'm dreading it.
I'll have room for up to 6 players for that. So it should be fun.
It'll be dreadful.
Yeah. Okay, so last session.
Practice your Jenga.
Yeah.
Smack the tower every time.
That's how you practice.
Getting better.
Last session, you guys arrived in Japan.
Nice.
Gug developed his plan of Operation Manchurian Candidate.
Mm-hmm.
You know that there's heat from Lionel Biotics, but so far it hasn't caught up to you guys. You've established your rural ranch where you're going to be holding the fort and doing some brainwashing for quite some time. I have the schematics here. If anyone wants to take a look at them and refamiliarize yourself with the layout, you may do so. Towards the end of the session, you succeeded in kidnapping 2 Japanese upperclassmen engineering students, Shigeo Kagahama and Teruki Hamazawa. And I think the 2 that actually picked them up, I think Studs, were you driving?
I was driving.
And Bert was the train guy. Yeah, okay. So we ended pretty recently after you had brought them back to the ranch after you did some misdirection driving for a couple of hours before you actually made it back. So we'll assume at the start of this session that you have just deposited them into the 2 rooms with a bed in the basement that are not cells. So I'd like you to describe the lock mechanism you ideally want on these rooms. Just like a physical lock only on the outside? Do you want it to be like an electronic lock? Any sort of way to open it from the inside?
No.
What if one of you get locked in there?
With no way to communicate.
Maybe electronic.
And the security cameras inside the room are blacked out. And
Okay.
I mean,
Nope. I was just looking for an answer.
unlikely.
I was just looking for an answer to my question.
No,
So you
just solid locks, no access
Okay.
from inside.
is there a window in the door?
Sure,
Okay.
small.
Okay.
Let,
So-
let them dream.
They might actually get to see that there's a sentry gun outside the door through that little
Yeah,
window.
that's
Okay.
good. They can know about that.
All right.
Put the fear of God in them.
And inside of the room, apart from the mounted camera on the ceiling, there's what, like a toilet and a cot, and that's it? Or do you have other stuff in there too for them?
They have
A shower?
bookshelf
Bookshelf?
filled
Okay.
with books on robotics.
Okay, so they can continue their studies down
They
there.
have a TV with a DVD player and
No
so
DVDs.
Voltron and Gundam
Just
Okay.
anime.
and Pacific Rim,
All right.
but
Nice.
only the first one.
There's a
Not
second
the
one?
se-
That's great.
And yeah, they can have a shower.
There.
All in the same room?
All in the same room.
Not a cell.
It's not a cell.
You shower.
It's a little apartment. People
Cool.
in Japan would kill for an apartment that size.
Their showers and their bathrooms are one and the same.
Yeah, you can put the toilet like under the shower head.
Let's do that.
Yeah. It saves
Safe
space.
You gotta squat on the
Yeah.
toilet to take a shower.
I mean, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
However, it just seems like, how big is this cell with all this stuff?
I mean, we have a whole basement for 2 cells. They're not cells.
The entire basement floor consists of the 2 not cells,
Yeah.
the drug lab, and then like a kind of a landing common area down the stairs that you can access the 2 cells in the drug lab
Yeah.
from.
I mean, this isn't like a 6x6 room.
No. I'm sure it's breathable.
Yeah.
I think it's not like their air supply immediately starts on a timer the moment they close the door,
Right.
or there's no ventilation or anything.
I mean, I wouldn't say they're going to be happy, but
No.
it could be a lot worse.
Do you want to buy them like some prisoner clothes so they have more than just the one set of clothing?
Well, not prisoner, like asshole clothes.
Okay.
Like Goodwill.
Someone can deduct 20 credits for set
I'll do it.
extra asshole clothes for the
I thought
prisoner.
Mert said he wanted to do that.
Oh, yeah, he's got all the money!
Okay.
Deduct 20 from Merton.
Someone can be accounting over there.
I'll leave it to Studs.
This is what he gets.
He can,
That's what he gets.
He can
For
draw
having
Mert's
kids
ire.
in this day.
20.
Alright.
Lose all your money.
Excellent.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's night of the day that they've been taken.
Okay.
They have yet to wake up. I'll jump to you guys.
Year time skip.
Okay.
Hold on.
First off, we gotta destroy the limousine.
I want to get the dogs rolling before we time skip for a year.
Alright. Now I'm just going to warn you. In 1 year time, we will be leaving this house. So just so you're prepared for that.
Just straight up leaving.
And we'll be...
I can let them loose on the town.
That sort of dog training.
I don't want you to do that.
Can I take them with us? I mean, where are we going next?
We'll be even more rural, but with other people.
Nothing wrong with dogs.
So I don't know how many dogs you're thinking about.
5 to 10.
Just get a dog van
Okay.
and you're good.
That's livable, I suppose.
We'll see how the year goes.
As for destroying the limo, we're right near a lake, right? Lake
Yeah.
Bicol or Lake Bima.
Yeah,
or
you could probably just put in neutral and let it roll down into there.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Fill with some rocks before him. Make sure it stays at the bottom.
Oh yeah. No one's finding.
Is there still a cat in here?
No.
Oh, that was a bird I heard.
Why? Do you have something to say? You don't want?
No, I
Is there
heard.
still-
No, somebody probably else heard.
Yeah, it was a cat. It
Yeah.
was just not.
Oh, okay, thank you.
It's
Sound like a kid.
room adjacent.
It was a nice noise.
Everything,
Yeah, I
everything cats.
enjoyed listening to it.
70 farting.
Everything cats do are nice.
Not when Kitty was in my garage.
No, that was horror movie
Not
stuff.
A, not a good sound.
It's like screaming.
No, it was like
old man.
moaning,
Yeah.
crying,
Moaning.
and like, yeah, just kind of a combination of different
Wasn't
things.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna take care of the limo. Anything else?
Yeah. So you're preparing for your year time skip. You've informed me of the materials you have in their rooms,
Yeah.
but you're gonna need to spell out a little bit more for me about what exactly your brainwashing regimen consists of. Unless you're just leaving them to their own devices and the isolation alone will be what you're.
That's Phil's department.
Okay, so Phil's gonna need to give me a detailed summary of what's happening.
This is where the plan fails.
Yeah.
Alright.
Describe. Maybe you could make a schedule for me.
Schedule, okay.
Like for these two, what does their typical day look like?
Typical day, they wake up.
Could you write it? Could you put it in writing?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Make it beat with a sack full of.
You can put it on the
soap
back
on
side of the schematic.
Alright.
There you go.
for an hour.
Got it.
And if you want it to be successful, Phil, do try to incorporate where your professional expertise comes in here.
And also,
Yeah.
make it believable so when we actually want to frame you in real life, we have this.
When you
Look at
become
this document this
you-
madman wrote
when
up.
you meet your destiny of being the fall guy, you're ready for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
Sorry. They need honor boxes for people. Where
What?
like you can survive the kind of punishment
I
that you
think
put
it's
your
called the hard suit.
Nice.
Body armor.
I've got one.
Are you going to be streaming on Monday?
Yeah. So no bad words. No words of any kind.
Are you thinking like a similar setup to the Skyrim bingo, where it's just like you got like a room camera, or is it just going to be a feed of your monitor?
Both,
Okay.
ideally.
Wow. Hopefully the internet won't be too strained with all of us playing and the stream going and...
I'll just have to cut you off one by one.
No!
Until I'm happy.
Oh, I wanted to see Westfall!
You have fiber?
See Westfall.
Fiber is just a distant dream.
Alright.
Not even a walk shop?
So, Thomas, Phil's making his brainwashing itinerary. You can talk to me about the dogs a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So man, I think I'm really just looking for like a litter of puppies,
Okay.
like German shepherds.
Treat them from a young age.
Yep.
Okay.
And I wonder if I'm gonna know enough to train these dogs. But I can probably look stuff up on the internet.
Google it as
I'm
you
gonna
go.
have nothing but time for a year, so. And I think he's gonna help.
Yep, I'm helping.
So we're just trying to gather up young German shepherds.
I'm gonna warn you. It's probably gonna be a little bit more expensive than you'd think. And that's just the trend in cyberpunk is that like arable land and stuff and animals populations are just kind of decreasing. It's like why you're eating soy burgers in the cheap restaurants and stuff like that. So nice purebred German shepherds will most likely. I mean, you could try combing the city streets for them and looking for rescue ones, but otherwise, if you want to just secure a litter of puppies, you can just pay credits for them too.
Okay.
Depends how much of a process you want it to be.
I'm prepared.
In the shelters, they wouldn't have any pure breeds.
I'm prepared to pay $63,000.
Okay, that will not be asked of you, but
Okay.
it's good to know your budget.
Okay.
We'll split the cost.
No, and I guess actually some of that money should be towards like the kennels. and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
What company are we infiltrating with these guys?
Kobayashi.
Yep.
Kobayashi?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So how much would it cost for? Like,
You want like a dozen?
yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. That'll be
Baker's dozen.
Yep, that'll be 25 grand, and that'll include their vaccinations and stuff. They'll come to you pretty much
They better not be chipped.
unchipped.
Unchipped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Near me.
Alright.
I'll take half of that for you. We'll split it.
12.5.
We'll say that also comes with a year's supply of dog food.
Good. 12 dogs with food.
Yep. Then, when Phil updates the itinerary, I'll need Suds to update the map of the grounds so I know where the dogs are kenneled.
There's a lot of hours in a day.
Yep.
Remember, they get to sleep.
Do they?
Oh
They,
god.
they,
this
get,
part-
they get an 8 hours. Okay, we got loyalty to us brainwashing at 6 a.m.
It's a good start to the day.
Loyalty to my calls at 7 a.m.
Oh boy.
Robotics learning time at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. They gotta stay up to date.
Yeah.
Kobayashi obsession training time at 10 a.m.
Like the eating champ?
What?
Like the
Yes.
eating
No.
champ?
What's that?
Corporation.
Oh.
Are you talking about the guy who died at the amateur taco eating contest?
No.
No, we're talking about the best.
Second best now.
Is Joey
Oh,
Chestnut finally
yeah.
overtaken? Wow. He's such
By
a
a,
brute.
by a long shot. He's at like, I think C872 this year, hot dogs?
Why do you follow this so much?
He's a celebrity.
Just gotta have these random facts.
I'm glad to know.
Big
I don't know, like at
He's
some point,
living
like
his best life.
at some point I was like, I don't know what he's doing, and then I like fell into this YouTube like hole of just watching
the
different.
Zubumafu documentary.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on this Kobayashi?
We gotta get him to know everything about the company, and also to really
But
want
not
to
in like a positive way, in a negative way.
like
We want them to hate the company.
We want
We're
them to.
asking them to dismantle this corporation and steal
okay, here we go.
hundreds of millions of dollars worth of products from them.
Okay,
I don't want them to be obsessed with knowing this company in and out, so they love it.
Okay, well we'll also throw in some corporate hate training.
There you
How
go.
about that?
That's right. Gug approved corporate hatred.
You succeed at that. You complete that GUG course once you blow up an entire city.
Yeah.
Just to
Graduate.
just to get rid of a
You earn your aviators that can reflect the explosion.
Gug school terrorism. What else you got, Phil?
Okay, we got loyalty to us, loyalty to the cult.
Yeah.
Robot learning time 2 hours.
Yeah.
Kobayashi obsession 1 hour. Lunch. Hand-to-hand combat training.
Whoa.
3. It's important.
Why?
What if they get in like a bad situation?
Yeah, they've been kidnapped. They can use this hand-to-hand training to escape.
They can't be part of the cult without hand-to-hand combat.
Okay.
How about I throw an extra loyalty to us, like deference?
Right afterwards.
Well, right after hand-to-hand combat, I was gonna have 3 hours of abandon your family and friends, then 3 hours of brainwashing for hating corporations.
Why do we need to teach them to abandon their family and friends?
Because we don't want them to like want to go back and like have that like you meet you up with your family like, oh shit, hey, by the way, I was brainwashed.
But the loyalty to us means they won't tell anyone they're brainwashed.
Okay, but if
I want them to
you want them to be in contact with their family and friends.
Yes. Not now, not during the year, but later, yes. Remove
Alright.
it.
Okay, that's off the docket. Okay, right after
Put more loyalty to us in there.
Okay, I'll just sub that with us.
An hour of pictures of Gug.
Just staring at it.
Basically, after a year, he wants them to go back to their lives. I'm assuming. So,
Well, they'll graduate.
somewhat.
Pretty close, yeah.
Instead of having their last year at school, they get to have it here.
Yeah,
instead.
they get some special training.
Yeah. Highly
They didn't
advanced.
even have to pay for it.
Yeah. It's a unique internship opportunity.
But eventually, they're going to pay for it.
Okay, here we go.
Now don't forget the Voltron time. I want them to love mechs.
Okay, that'll be right before then.
10 Topa Gurlog and then.
Yeah, you can
Nice.
put some of that in.
+1.
Yes.
Dude, you're accumulating.
Yeah, that's the second +1 I've got.
Do they stay in their rooms all day?
Always.
Yeah, they get to leave in a year.
Are they going to know that? Or will they have to assume that they will never get out?
I mean, I don't know what's going on in their minds.
Yeah.
Do we need to give them sunlight?
Well, but what I was asking was, will that be communicated
I mean,
to
as
them?
far as they know, it'll be indefinite.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure they can sense we're building towards something.
Actually, it's not in here.
Yeah,
Do
but
they have any exercise?
Oh yeah, that's the
Schedule.
hand-to-hand combat.
Hand-to-hand
training.
combat.
Oh, okay.
You got, you split it like a.
2 more hours of loyalty to us. Hate corporations. The world order. Yeah, I like that. That's 2 hours. Mech anime fun time.
Okay.
Mech anime fun
It's
time.
basically like Phil's schedule.
It's nice when you can follow a routine, isn't it? Yeah.
3 hours of hating corporations in the world order, and then mech anime fun time.
Okay. Alright, I like all this loyalty to us stuff. This seems pretty good. I mean, that's the main point of the brainwash.
It's just to make.
Is
them-
that they are so 100% loyal to us. So I think you've done good here.
I've done good.
I need it, apparently. I gotta make some
Oh,
doggy
shit,
home.
Yep.
Forgot to mention, there's got to be like drugs during all of the brainwashing.
You have a
sessions.
drug lab.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
they'll be.
Your
VR,
friend.
flashing lights.
Yeah, that's going to be the method of
The pictures of us.
the brainwashing.
Yeah.
Obey.
You see Gug
Obey.
is like a Kim Jong-un type guy.
Yeah.
Supremely.
Exactly.
Maybe they'll get to shake your hand when they graduate and it'll be this awe-inspiring moment for them.
They'll
Finally
think
meet
that
them.
I ain't gonna happen.
That you do not only exist in these pictures, you're actually a flesh and blood.
As their doors open, I'm standing there in my aviators.
He does exist.
I mean, mean, technically, we're only going to be letting one of them go in a year.
Oh.
Oh, to the corp? Well, they both have to apply.
No, one of them's the backup plan.
Okay. Well, what if? I guess.
Well,
it
if the
doesn't
first
matter.
one fails.
Yeah, we just have the second one in reserve.
Because if you send both of them and they're like, okay, we have 2 kids that were kidnapped a year ago, and they both want to apply for our mech division, and one of them turned out to be a big traitor. So we have a backup plan.
Turned out to
Oh shit! I forgot.
So what do we do
We
with
have
the
to get
backup?
them torture resistance or something in case they get like. Well, we have to make it not apply to
But
us.
then,
That's counterintuitive, Bill.
Like if they get like brought in and like questioned, just like
I mean,
what's, and they break immediately.
like
Oh,
this-
loyalty to God, loyalty to.
I mean, we'll just trust in their experience of being tortured and their loyalty to us,
Yeah.
and it'll work out.
I mean, they
I
can't
mean, they don't
break.
really know much about it.
I mean, what are they going to tell them? The truth?
Yeah.
Oh, I just.
Hold on. Wait, what?
I mean, if they get captured and interrogated, it's pretty much they've already suspected something pretty terrible, anyways. So
Yeah, they're no longer in the position of power to help us at
Right.
that point, I guess.
they can die.
Maybe we can have like a code word, like they'll kill themselves if they hear it.
Ooh. I like that.
Can you do
Put
that?
that in there.
Suicide
why don't
preparation.
you hand
Suicide
that back
word.
to Phil? He's got stuff
I
to
want
add.
the suicide word in there. What should it be? It's got to be something that they would never hear.
Origami.
Sushi. Fucking
They could both be
Yeah.
dead before lunchtime. on
Your
day
suicide
1.
word is Japan.
Tokyo.
Does it have to be a word? Can it be?
And maybe a phrase.
Okay.
What's
right.
a phrase?
Wait. Okay. So hold up. So is it like gonna be like we tell them this word over like walkie-talkie or what, and then they kill themselves?
Yeah. Because if they're going to be in constant communication with like an earpiece. And so if we find they've been kidnapped, we just say the chiclets are covered in gravy, and they just they go.
Like, yep. I'm thinking like Zoolander. The
You
kill
know,
word.
you could just make it really simple and put in like a kill
A
implant.
cortex bomb.
Or
Yeah.
like when he hears, hears
We
a
have to
certain
buy
sound.
one.
That's true. And if they fail to snap their own neck, then that would cause complications. If they just like paralyze themselves.
Actually, the remote explode device would be easier and more reliable.
There's more loose ends though in buying a cortex bomb and installing it.
Mhm.
Which one of us can install a cortex bomb?
We'd have to get some.
And we're going to be
It's just
tinkering
not
around with
there.
their brains. It's like the most important thing. That's why we kidnapped them.
All right,
It's
that's
scary.
fine. Yeah, that's not necessary.
Suicide.
Hopefully, none of this is necessary.
Suicide
They're just gonna
training.
end up killing themselves during our thing.
No, they're restrained. They only hear that phrase during that training when they're restrained.
But then afterwards, we'll be like, okay, they're asleep, and then we're gonna find out they're dead 7 months in.
How does something
How
like
would
this
that happen?
work?
They'd kill themselves.
Have to,
Why?
has
Why
to
would
be,
they hear the phrase?
Has to be Gug's voice though.
Yes,
there
there
you
you go.
Yes, to be good.
So just
So they
I'll
never hear
record
it.
it.
They never hear it in Gug's voice until it's time.
They just meet him
They
for the
How
just-
would
first.
that work?
They just know.
How would they just know what my
Like,
voice
while they
is?
sleep, you talk to them.
No, I'm doing a recording.
Yeah, recording. I mean,
Okay, so we can put that in their sleep
so they
time.
know his voice,
You think that'll be the sleep time?
and they'll know the phrase from their class, their suicide training class.
So they have suicide training class.
I don't know how brainwashing works.
I don't know how it works. That's Phil's
But
job.
this
Phil,
is, I say
I just want to say something
We're
and they die.
we're dedicating
That's
an
all
hour
we
to
want.
it.
Is,
what
is
we
that
want.
so hard?
Make it happen.
Is that so?
If you can't do this, then what can you do?
Hey, you guys are the one who's arguing. I got it. I got a handle.
Alright, he's got it.
It's gonna be an hour every day teaching them to kill themselves when the word is given.
Okay. Word or phrase. And what is
Phrase.
It?
Like
What
just
phrase?
one
What's the
one
phrase?
word is too slippery.
Yeah.
It has to be something that's never ever said in any
I
context.
What is that?
Like some made up nonsense. It have to be nonsense.
It has to be words, real words in a
Like a string of
order.
words. Yeah. Horse.
When big shrimps fly, horses.
Isn't Gilligan? No, I won't go down that one.
Horse.
That's in the song,
Sorry.
though, Sean.
Paper.
I know, very popular.
China.
Noob be listening
How
to
are we
that
gonna remember
during
it,
my
too?
WoW
Oh,
leveling.
dude, I got that.
Also,
gotta be
brainwash
careful.
us.
Maybe it's
Remember
maybe
this.
I'm not saying
maybe
during
it's
the
like a
land
phrase,
break.
so it's
Write
like
it down. I can write it on my hand.
okay.
You come up with the phrase. This is what we have here.
Champion.
I mean, should it be phrase triggered or just like if they're in a scenario where they get like captured?
Well, what's the difference?
Well, one, we don't have to be present.
Oh, so he's train them so if you get captured, die.
Yeah.
It's risky.
Tricky thing is though, if they're already captured, they're probably
They could just be put in a holding cell. You don't know if they don't
Okay.
maybe kill
So
them.
what
Maybe
if we
that
could rescue them?
they're already captured. Fuck.
If they've been captured, their usefulness is
You're not gonna stick your neck out for these people.
All right, fine. If they get captured by a corporation, kill yourself.
What if they don't get the
No life
opportunity
worth
to?
living at that point.
What
Well,
if they're-
they'll have to do their best.
Just
Trying to think of
slam their head
situation,
against
trying to
the
think
It's
of
a
wall.
worst case scenario.
I'm trying to think of a situation where that might happen, but like their mission isn't over yet.
You
There's
try,
a-
you
there's
try
a
to
lot.
think of one. Tell me.
So they're working for Kobayashi, and another corporation captures them. Their cover's not blown, but they're captured by a competitor.
They're gonna die anyways.
If they're in the custody of another,
If another corpse willing to kidnap them, then probably they're just gonna be working for that other corporation. So fuck them.
Even despite all their loyalty training, you think they would work for another corporation?
Then they'd just kill them. They wouldn't like, all right, fine, go back. This is
Like,
cyberpunk.
would
Man.
Kobayashi let them out?
You're talking about another corporation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if they're captured by a competitor, would Kobayashi ever come get them? Because they're like their chief engineers.
They might send a team
They
that
might
we
send
were.
a team, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Like Kobayashi still believes in them. Their cover isn't blown.
Okay, fine. If they're kidnapped by Kobayashi,
Yes.
if
there
they're
we go.
captured and
Okay.
restrained by Kobayashi,
captured.
there you go. Is that what you got?
I just put when they're captured.
I mean, you get what we're saying.
If they're captured, they'll
Sure.
kill themselves.
Right.
Let me see the sheet.
I mean, you're not captured if you can fight your way out, which is why they have the combat training. So if they can
Alright.
escape,
I see 8 hours of sleep.
gotta be healthy. Gotta be healthy.
Well, and I
Have
think you
proper
said
training.
even during sleep time something's going on, right?
I know how to change that.
They
Okay.
We want them to be well.
Their brain actually gets to shut off during that time.
Yeah.
That's good. They might start going crazy really fast if they
Yeah,
have
don't want that.
hypnotherapy while they're sleeping. Okay, so they have an hour of loyalty to the group brainwashing.
Mm-hmm.
Phil, how does this brainwashing take place?
They're gonna have VR headsets on,
Okay.
fully immersed. They're gonna be drugged up. They're gonna see our faces, hear our voices.
Okay, so VR, drugs, visual stimuli.
Yep, and audio.
Okay, what kind of audio clips are playing? Like their instructions, like what you want them to do? Is that the audio?
Yeah, just
Okay.
like generic instructions from us. Infiltrate the corporate.
Okay.
And also be loyal to us. Follow, obey,
Right,
and
okay.
all that. Gonna be interspersed with.
Okay, then I'll assume that loyalty to the Davidson cult follows a similar pattern, just with modified instructions and images.
Yeah, the loyalty to the.
You want them to develop an affinity for violence, I assume.
Not strictly, but
Okay.
loyalty. The defensive violence,
Defensive violence.
not against us.
That's a good guild name or
Defensive
yeah, I like that. All right. Then they have 2 hours of reading books to learn their book smart.
Keep up on
Yes.
their book smarts.
And you've provided them with a bookshelf of relevant material.
maybe we'll give them a digital encyclopedia too.
Okay.
Oh,
Whoa.
why digital?
Access
We don't
to
want any devices.
Not on the
Only-
internet.
only 900-page technical books
I
that they
just
get.
want-
Yeah,
one book.
that's all they
All right, they'll have books. The bookcase will be bolted to the floor though. If we
Yeah.
we can't risk.
Well, the
anything.
books have like chains so that you can't take them too far away from the.
That's unnecessary.
All right.
But the bookshelf can't have them tossing it at themselves.
Okay. What will lunch consist of?
Full fully balanced nutrition.
Whatever your
Sushi.
lazy buddy is cooking.
Because I see they get 2 meals a day.
Yes.
So the idea is they get their full nutritional value from those 2 meals.
Yeah, it's really not.
Nutritive
Okay.
paste.
I mean, most people eat 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
So.
They'll have some fruit. We'll have some
Okay.
vegetables.
Like
And some-
an all-in-one paste.
Like a Soylent.
Yeah.
So
It's gotta have protein.
When
It's
they're
gotta have all
restrained, we
ingredients.
just
You should give them a nice meal.
just have a
Something to
tube
look
that
forward to.
delivers
Some
nutritive
reward.
paste.
yeah. I mean,
We don't want to treat them like shit.
no.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll be
It's
stored.
not a cell.
So we have hand-to-hand combat training exercise at the noon hour,
Yes.
which is right after their lunch.
Gonna throw up.
Just
They
if
might.
if they fail.
Is there any instructor, or are they just fighting phantoms in their room?
I'm the instructor.
Oh, so you will enter into their rooms.
He's the only one that they ever see.
What if
Okay.
they ever overpower you?
Oh, they
and
Well,
escape?
individually.
I'll kill
He's
them.
better. He's the master.
You have to
So
lock
really-
The
yourself-
students.
lock
So
I've
yourself
got
really
in
they-
one
So really, they're each getting half an hour of training, because
Oh, that's
you'll
good
never
too.
have them in the same space.
We'll just switch their lunch and combat for the.
Oh,
other
okay. So they rotate someday. I see.
Yeah, so I'll be.
They're just
And that's
couple
better, so they don't eat together.
Just a couple knob
They eat it in the room.
They'll
be
never eat together.
geeks. I mean, they're not going to overpower this.
They
guy.
do not know.
Okay.
After a year of training,
He's got a year more of training.
He'll also have a year
They'll
of training.
always
plus
have
all
more
that.
training than them.
Right.
That's why you can whisper to them.
Yeah.
Always have more training than you.
And,
You can, you can
they're
work
gonna be
out.
loyal.
but to like learn
Yeah.
to teach them how to choke someone out, don't you have to let them choke you out?
I'll bring in a dummy or something.
You'll need like a fall guy.
Bring
Your
Murray,
buddy.
have him
Bring your
choke him.
buddy. Yeah, or Merc. Yeah.
Murray will be drugged up.
Yeah. They can
Where
practice
am
like
I?
their nerve pinches on him.
Beat
and
him
stuff.
down. Show me what you're capable of.
No, I'll bring him like I'll tie some pillows together or something that can choke those.
Okay. How is lunch delivered to them?
Through a slot.
A tube through the roof.
Through the roof.
Just a little-
Just like if they're not ready for it, they're not ready to receive. It's just gonna
Mouth
spray.
open.
It's gonna spray all over them.
It'll be
A slot is fine in the door.
yeah. Let's slide in the door.
Okay.
Just no,
Alright.
no,
Connected to the garbage.
no
disposal.
metal. Oh my god.
So you're not gonna give them a can
Scrap.
where they can build like something sharp.
Oh
over
no
Shawshank.
no utensils or.
Oh no, you don't.
They'll get all handheld food, but it'll be
Yeah.
good handheld.
Yeah.
Alright.
Make sure- we'll make
Boneless,
sure they
boneless,
get-
boneless
What kind of
wings.
drinking
Usually kill
vessel?
yourself with chopsticks.
Kind of drinking
But why
vessel.
would they?
Paper
'Cause
cup.
they're-
Paper cup.
Saber cups, yeah. There you go.
They're
Yeah,
I
guests.
mean,
They're-
eventually
make it-
they
they're-
won't. commit
They're honored
suicide.
guests.
Yeah, I don't. They won't see that way initially.
Okay, suicide training. We're in there.
Oh,
So,
Every
Guys-
single day.
Gug's voice only. When captured by Kobayashi.
No, I think we took out the Gug part.
Okay, well, we'll
we
take
took
out
out any phrase. It's just if they're captured by Kobayashi.
All right, and then what is the technique that they should kill themselves with?
What do you give them
Quickest.
a kill or something? Or by any means
I mean,
necessary.
we could put like it in their tooth or something.
Cyanide tooth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cyanide tooth.
They're gonna grind their teeth at night and
We
kill
don't.
themselves.
Yeah, exactly. It's just.
They'll.
You
I mean,
need
they
to
don't
need to
actually
commit
get the
to a
pill.
method.
They don't
I
actually-
won't
We will
accept
show.
a vague
We will
one.
show them different methods in
We
through
could.
video.
Yeah, we could do.
With
that.
All right, then
every
let,
day.
you have to list a
After
few
a
of them.
year.
So it's like
Okay,
by
so-
any means necessary. We have every day is a new method. Like you can kill yourself.
It's
like-
really
it's
all
like
these different ways.
It's like a mental exercise. Okay, here's a new scenario today.
Yeah,
You're locked in a
You're locked in
bathroom,
here.
and
Your hands are behind your back.
yeah, the toilet is missing.
I mean,
Yeah.
How do you kill yourself?
this is good, but I still need. It'll help if you just provide me a couple
Okay,
of
we got
specific-
snapping your own neck. All right.
Okay.
We'll show multiple methods with your hands using
Okay.
the leverage of the
Like
ground.
the easiest
like-
way. Yeah.
Bashing your head against a wall.
You know, hanging. That's an easy one.
Is it?
On a doorway. You do it on a doorway. I saw it
If
in
you're
the light.
captured, when are you gonna have that opportunity to like
belt.
get that rope and
If
stuff
you're-
on?
if you're
If
in
they
a
have a
cell,
belt,
Or any kind of cord-like material.
All right, yeah. If they
Blanket.
have
You
something
tie
like
a blanket
that,
into a thing.
and they have the means to hang themselves
Right.
from a doorknob
Okay.
or a cell
All right.
bar
Well,
or something.
you gave me 3 techniques. I'll assume I'll let you just flush it out with.
I mean, I'm not
unstated
against the
stuff.
cyanide tooth if we put it in after
Yeah.
a year.
That's one of their graduation gifts.
Yeah,
Here we go.
exactly.
All right, I
What
get
about
that as a.
what about one that like you can just screw in, like where you just rip one of their teeth out, and then put an implant
You
in.
need a
Cyanide
dentist.
tooth.
They screw it in and screw it out, so like they don't always
Phil-
have to have it in.
Phil's character just reaching in there barehanded, no anesthesia, like hold still.
I mean, I want it to always be.
An
Nice.
implant is a complicated
Well, I meant like
dental
if they're
procedure.
sleeping, they're gonna take it out so they don't accidentally like break
Oh,
it
I
and
see.
die.
Can that happen?
I don't know.
Why is that?
This is a very hypothetical
how do you
situation.
That's how like the spies used to do it.
Yeah. How do you imagine they would trigger the cyanide tooth if they were conscious and wanted to do it?
Don't you just like bite down extremely hard on it?
Yeah, that's what I think. So
That's how they do it in the movie.
I suppose
That's
there's
what
a
we're
chance that
basing
could
this
happen.
off of, you
That
know?
could
Is that
happen
too
if they
risky?
were
What if you're
eating.
just eating something hard?
And it's like a really like
Or if you're like really
effort
stressed.
to do it. But
I
it's something you don't need your hands for. That's the thing.
I vote we worry
It's-
about it.
It's death.
What if you're trying to eat like old jerky?
You're not gonna feed them old jerky
Okay.
and take it out of their diet.
Hey, spies did this, man. It's
Yep.
real.
Okay,
It's
how
real
about this?
shit.
How
This
about
is like when Mr. Fantastic stopped the plane by stretching out. It's real.
what if we just leave it until like
We said it's a graduation
Yes.
gift.
yeah,
graduation.
so we don't
That's
have
what I said.
yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm satisfied with that.
Okay.
Hate corporate. Yep. Fun time dinner. Well, so you've got loyalty to us at 3 times throughout the day. That's
right.
nice.
It's the most important.
Okay. A daily review. So
Like
I assume Gug's going to be writing a lot of programs and videos
There'll
for
be
them.
propaganda.
That'll keep you busy for a while.
That's right.
Okay.
My manifesto and
Yeah.
New World Order.
Right. And I know that you guys are going to be dog training.
Oh, it's to the yeah.
Mert will just be around in case anything needs killing.
He's got his sentry gun set up.
That's true. He's got several set up actually.
Now,
All right. I guess. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm curious about these sentry guns.
Yeah.
How automated are these?
That's up to you guys.
Like if some old woman climbs up the mountain for a walk,
Yeah. Or a
is the
squirrel.
gun just gonna be like?
Are these external guns?
That's what he implied. Yeah.
I believe
I
they're.
don't know
like-
if they're concealed or something.
What if like a government
Like, they come
fire
up-
inspector comes by
This is my concern.
or mailman? We get mail. We're listed probably in the mail registry.
I hope not.
Oh, he wrote SG.
Yeah.
Sentry guns.
So yeah. So like this is the ground floor. So he's got like a perimeter, one at each corner.
Jesus.
That's so
Maybe we just-
unnecessary.
maybe we have like.
You can move. You guys can move them if
Can
you
we
want.
set up some sort of alarm system that alerts us before they get close enough to the sentry guns? Like,
Probably.
so
I
that
mean,
we
at
can
least
run out
the
there
road
and
access.
intercept road access
We could
before.
put like motion sensors.
The
or
dogs
something.
could patrol.
Yeah, we have.
Teach
we're,
them to
we're,
patrol.
We training.
We have natural.
And what do they do
alarms.
if they find the mailman?
Kill them.
Don't know not to kill the mailman.
What do we want?
Police dogs don't
I
kill
don't know. I
mailmen.
just want to know there's a mailman,
Bring him to us.
and then he doesn't die.
Bark.
Okay.
Do nothing.
You should train the dogs to also like be able to track escaped prisoners.
What about this as well? The sentry guns. I mean, what if we just only activate them like
I just
at night?
I-
You know, if someone comes during the day, like
Hmm.
business hours.
I'd
Like,
rather
see
just
this
have no
deactivated
automated
sentry
sentry guns. Just have them manually like operated.
Okay, I see what you're saying. And an alarm
And
so
just
we
have like
decide.
motion sensors.
We decide when to arm them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That
Okay.
makes sense.
Are they just visible if, like if someone walked
This
in
is
the house?
also a concern.
Like they
It's
just
supposed
see
to
these
just be
guns.
a nice house in the mountains.
Maybe we cover them with shrubs or bush.
5 bearded men.
There you go.
Do you want to get a shrub covering?
Yeah.
So it's like a tarp that looks like a shrub,
Yeah.
Just comes
They're
down.
just like foliage.
and like it could like kick off the tarp if it just like pivots fast or something. If you need to like
Or
shoot.
could just shoot through
Yeah.
the tarp.
Just shoot through it.
It's just
yeah.
like a decorative coating out, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Decorative.
I'll need $200 for the specialty tarps.
I wonder where we're gonna get that from.
Sorry, Mary.
Just keep accounting.
I mean, they were his sentry guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he'd object to that. Very good. All right, and then so Phil, we've talked about the VR, the flashing lights, the visual stimuli, the audio instructions,
Drugs.
and drugs. So you have the drug lab. Does that mean they will occasionally make trips to the drug lab
No,
for
they'll
injection
always,
time?
They'll always be in their room.
So when you visit them, you're bringing the syringes, or is there like something like in like the wall of their room or something where they know it's time to sit down in that chair and get shot up or something?
That's a good question.
You'll need to decide how you want to administer it.
Gotta wrangle these men each day.
Before they can eat, they have to inject themselves.
From what I understand,
I mean, you're saying if they like resist,
Yeah, that's the question.
well, just have like a taser.
taser.
I mean, eventually they will welcome.
I guess
The
I'll just
drug.
use like
It's
I'll
medicine.
use a tranquilizer gun full of the drugs if they resist, and I'll just shoot them at them.
Oh. Could be really bad if one of them gets a hold of your gun. Shoots you.
With all that training you're giving them.
I mean, I'm just.
What if you have an
It
off day?
probably isn't going to happen, but I'm just putting it out there. When you bring a train gun with you,
That's a good point.
I mean, Mert's not doing anything, right? Why don't you
No.
just have him there holding a big assault rifle or something?
he gets to be the orderly
Yeah,
that
he
comes
gets
in
to
with
be orderly.
you.
Done.
Okay, Myrtle coming with me.
All right.
I'll gun with one dart in it for the drugs. If they fail to take their normal drugs,
Yeah.
they
Backup,
fail. Like
backup drugs.
Okay,
I'll
so,
give them through a slot in the floor. You know
so
the drugs.
so
if they don't
normally
take it, then I'll dart.
at mealtime they get their food, but they also get their supplements.
Yeah,
And if they don't take their
they
supplements,
get darted.
they get darted. Okay, that's probably a smart way of disguising it. And just to confirm, the purpose why they're taking the drugs in the first place.
Make them susceptible. To
So you want to alter their brain state, and do you want it to have a sedative nature, or do you want them at full energy?
Oh, they must be super aware.
Okay, so it's just for brain susceptibilities. Okay,
Yes.
I think I'm satisfied with your
We'll see what happens.
schedule. I wanted to talk it through with you first instead of just being like, okay, time skip, and then I just have on day 4, they escape
What are
and
you doing?
you don't have the opportunity.
Why are you
Close
clapping?
I'm happy.
He's having fun.
There's only one way we clap around here.
I mean, he made
Oh
a
my
schedule.
God.
He made a schedule. Okay. And then, I guess my last question. This is to Gug, but also to the group at large. Is apart from the loyalty and the hatred and the technical expertise that they're learning, that's kind of like the 3 pillars there.
Mm-hmm.
Is there also a mission that you are preparing them for? Is there like something where it's like, when you arrive, this is what you will do, or are you not instilling any of that right now? Because right now, all they're being trained to do is to be competent engineers and to love you guys and hate Kobayashi. That's all that's being instilled, apart from the hand-to-hand training and other stuff like that.
I don't know.
That's true. Just based on that,
I mean, if we
why
could,
would they even apply to Kobayashi if they hate Kobayashi?
Because they're
we're
loyal
gonna
to
tell
us.
them, yeah, they're more loyal to us than they hate Kobayashi.
So that means we are telling them the plan.
At some point, it's just a matter of do we tell them right away? I think we just
We're not
wait.
telling them during the training. If we could also train them in like deception, that could also be useful.
To be able to lie to somebody's face without flinching.
Right.
But if we do that,
Dangerous
how do
combination.
you?
I
It's
know.
like, what have you learned today?
There's-
Are you loyal to us?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I know. There's a lot of
training
things
is
that
working
were
perfectly.
this counterintuitive stuff.
Training is working.
I
I
took
bet.
my medicine today.
But
Dangerous combo.
I mean, you understand, like they're gonna go out into the world
Maybe introduce that like
appearing
after.
to be normal.
Maybe like halfway
after-
through
yeah,
the
halfway
year,
through.
we
Okay,
start.
yeah, we'll switch things up a little bit.
Once
Okay.
Maybe we'll end suicide training
Yeah.
and then
switch
fill
it.
that in with deception training.
Fill that in.
Right.
Fill.
That's
Yes.
I no longer
what we're
want to
saying.
do that because of that joke.
Okay. So there's going to be a transition point about halfway through
Yep.
where suicide training ends, and deception training starts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a master plan.
Of phase 1
Phase 1.
of 4 phases.
Is it really 4?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, if it takes this long for every phase,
Yeah.
we have like 8 more
We'll be in
sessions.
there a while.
All right.
Everything's got to be right.
Yep. Okay. We'll time skip 1 day to start.
Make that 30 session.
Yep. So this is really
We'll time skip 2 days now.
so now this is really day 1 of their captivity because they were
Right.
unconscious the previous night. They're getting acclimated to their surroundings. Will you ever respond to anything that they like say to the camera, or are you just gonna be by the numbers following?
I'm pretty hands off. So if Phil comes to me with like a problem that needs my direct attention,
Okay.
but I don't really want them to know that I'm around.
You're in the command center on
I'm the god figure.
the god figure. Yeah.
They just think I'm around the world,
Okay.
taking down corpses left and right.
In case like your building gets bombed or drone striked or anything, everyone can put which bedroom they're in on the floor plan. So put your character's initials in there or shorthand name.
What did we create aliases for, by the way?
For our fake IDs.
Yeah, you got new
For in
you got new
Japan?
sins.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Is that the initials we should put in there?
You can put in whichever you prefer.
Just put studs.
That's fine.
That's more clear.
Yep.
Oh, there you are.
Maybe the master bedroom will sit empty and it's a deep.
For dog training.
The
are we
dogs
gonna
get the
follow-
master bedroom.
Are we gonna follow
They would never
similar
bomb the place
police dog training?
if they think we have hostages.
We can also have them be guard dogs, so if the hostages escape, they will know
They
to
can
hunt.
chase them.
They know to hunt them down.
Yeah, I feel like just guard dogs, general,
Yep.
general stuff like attacking,
Phil, where did you go?
staying,
Phil, where did you go?
following. Should
There's
we like?
no. There's only bedrooms.
I-
upstairs.
You wrote your name over
I figured
here.
the master bedroom can be surveillance as well.
Master bedroom is my room, bitch.
There's no cameras in there. No cameras. Yeah.
We can also train them for agility, like high jumping and stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
They have the dog training course
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
dog guard.
Oh yeah, I need to
Chili
look. I need to look
parkour,
over
they
that.
can
Is
escape
that a good
anywhere.
skill that they need?
What?
It's gonna make
Engineering and high jumping.
Dog. Yes. They need to be Olympic
Oh, I
athletes as
didn't
well.
write it. Yeah, yeah.
Brainwash them.
We're gonna brainwash them to be Olympic athletes.
But
Okay,
no, I don't think anyone would bomb us while we have hostages. That would defeat the
I'll be right back.
Alright.
I only see.
Bye, Phil.
Okay.
They'll need to do some bombing.
Why are there so many bedrooms in here?
But bedrooms for everyone.
One's for like the fake, the other Takuma Davidson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who is a resident?
Yeah. It's his house.
Yep. You never tell them what the plan is, and so the first day he just helps them escape from the basement. That'd be fun.
So we still have one. Oh, that's a bathroom.
Merc would murder him though before that happened.
Like, to be clear though, if like a Japanese tank rolls up to our house, I don't have any contingency plans.
No.
So is,
Gug will just be content that it was never meant to be.
we'll have to
Yeah.
use deception.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if Mert has his own bedroom, Phil's guy doesn't have anywhere to go.
Phil can share with
Phil's in here.
I mean, Phil's guy.
Phil's guy.
Phil's
in
guy. He
him.
doesn't have a house. He doesn't have a room.
Not
No,
if Mert sleeps here.
no. Phil and his guy have to share a room.
They're sharing.
That's their own.
Sleep in the same bed.
If we had more time and more freedom, we could have like an escape tunnel built. But
Excavating for that and stuff.
yeah, it's just too much.
No.
I did want a secret series of dog tunnels. They could also be human tunnels.
We're in a fucking mountain.
What about at least just one tunnel, like like in Skyfall?
This is
like
what I just said, though. It's too difficult. You're talking about drilling through a mountain.
We're on top of a mountain.
Yes.
We're mountainside,
We're mountainous.
We are mountainside.
so there's no we can't farm anything.
We switched to farming up for dogging.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're just going to town get groceries. Actually, well that one
Takumi
is.
is, yeah.
Alright.
To trust in the plan.
Yep. And then Phil.
What about him?
If they didn't
You have to trust
him.
in him.
Yeah, I guess.
He's not destroying the bathroom right now.
He wrote
That's
the
why there will be a goblin bathroom.
he wrote the itinerary.
It can be destroyed every week.
A goblin bathroom will never be clean.
No, the maid will clean it. Trust in the maid.
You got one picked out already?
Well, I have a crew coming
service?
in for the move-in clean,
Oh, okay.
and then if they do a good job, perhaps
Is
I
it-
shall hire them again.
Is a move-in clean pre and post, or is it only focused on one end of the moving? So like making sure the condo's clean before you move in.
That would be a move-out clean.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, the seller would do a move-out clean.
You would
So
hope.
what needs to be
But
done
they
when you
do.
move in.
I just want like all the cupboards,
All be dusted.
drawer, everything dusted, windows clean. It's just a more thorough clean.
Yeah.
When there's not anything cluttering up.
Okay, Phil. It is the first day of their internment.
Yes.
They wake up groggy. I'm assuming you're also monitoring them as their teacher.
Oh yes.
So you have camera access along with Gug.
Necessary.
You see them kind of curiously looking at the VR headset and studying their surroundings. They're both kind of acting as someone panicking and realizing that they've just been taken would. Have drugs already been administered to them, or just the sedatives when they were tranked in the car?
That's a good point.
The first day is important. I'm willing to do a big time skip, but I need to see how
I'll
this
say we
first day
drugged
went.
them either before they woke up or.
Okay, so you gave them a mild dose of the
Yeah,
suggestibility serum.
First day would be bad for us.
Okay,
To have to
so
fight.
are you gonna initiate any communication, or just hope that they put on the headset and start?
Brainwash themselves.
Yeah, they're gonna do that for you.
I'll-
Are you gonna go in there as a godlike figure to them?
My face will appear in their window. What the?
So you're just gonna stick your face there. All right.
Put on the headset.
Oh, so they'll be able to hear you through. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be at the door.
Okay. Need their names.
Shigeo. Shigeo.
Yeah.
And
That's
something
what it is.
else.
Shigeo and the other guy.
Hirosaki.
Something like that.
Okay.
Teriyaki.
Taruki acts belligerently to your appearance in the window. He like shouts at you and like demands that you let him go, and you see him like shaking his fist.
Would you be able to understand that?
You can get that's like the gist of what he's.
I hold my gun appears in the window as well.
Okay. That checks him a little bit.
And not toward the headset. Put on the headset. Everything's okay.
Okay.
You're home now.
You're home.
That's a great statement. Alright, so this is just you through the window with your gun. What's your style?
Oh, my. Wouldn't you like to know? It's
How
negative
cool
1.
do you look
Okay.
doing this with your gun?
You see him.
Really wristed.
You see him unzip his pants and start urinating on the headset.
You gotta teach these kids a lesson.
Use your training.
How are you allowing this?
I don't know how.
Pistol whip them.
Okay, I bust into the room.
Those pants are down.
Yeah, his headset.
Alright.
It's the best time to bust into any room.
Yeah, you caught him with this. Alright, he scrambles to, like, he wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
You surprised.
So, shoot. Terrible discipline.
My gosh. Phil, pistol whip him.
You walk in, he's peeing all over your plans.
Yeah, he's peeing on your plans. Our
That's
plans.
That's a good point.
Make him eat those
I'll
plans.
give him a good pistol whipping in the jaw. Well,
Okay.
actually shoot. Not the
You
jaw.
actually shoot?
Pistol whip!
This one.
We need a new plan, guys!
Good thing we have a backup.
This one didn't work.
Good thing we have a backup.
But then he goes into the other room with blood all over him and be like, put the headset on.
Yeah, that'll help.
I will just smack him in the face with the gun.
Okay. And do you, like, just commit the violence, or do you want to keep
You relish
conveying a
it.
message?
Put
to
the
him?
headset on him when it's covered in piss.
Yeah.
I'll do that second option.
This music's playing over the loudspeaker.
24 hours a day.
Oh my god.
Just song.
Phil,
That's
you
part
can
of
roll play hardball with an extra +1.
Okay. Is that edge?
Yep.
I am.
Edgy.
You're edgy.
There you
That's
go.
a 10.
Okay.
There you go. Those are numbers.
You definitely. He's not your match in melee combat.
No.
He realizes that from
He's a geek.
He might one
Yeah.
day be, but not,
As,
not
like,
today.
the blood is pooling out of his mouth and he rubs against his broken. He has a spot for his cyanide tooth now.
There you go.
Perfect.
Um,
Go do the other one.
and he looks kind of resentfully but submissively as he puts on the headset that's dripping in his own urine.
That was his fault.
Yep.
That was his own punishment
Yep.
to himself.
I hope it still works. I give him a pat on the shoulder.
Okay.
If you find yourself kidnapped and locked in a strange room, I mean, if you protest, your kidnappers are going to be like, oh shit, he didn't do it, what do we do?
Well,
Yeah, but it's adrenaline
It's got a
and stuff.
resilient
Yep.
spirit.
Take out your dick and piss on something? That seems to have more thought behind it.
It's
Yeah.
a power move.
Not really.
It's
I
a
mean,
power move.
Alright.
I wouldn't have
Relax.
thought of that.
Well, you
You're not
didn't do it.
Japanese.
Well,
People do crazy things when
you see,
adrenaline's going.
alright, so he's
Yeah.
watching the movie.
Good.
The Loyalty to Us movie, which is the first program. Okay. The other one is also, you see him like looking towards the door window. He seems more inquisitive. I think you probably have like an implant or software or something to understand what he's saying.
I've got glasses. I've got
You got glasses?
little cyber glasses. So I mean,
Okay. Those probably can do like
text
voice
speech to text.
capture and slowly make captions of it in English for you.
Yeah.
Do they not speak English?
That's a good question.
I mean, a young, intelligent university student.
Yeah. All right. He like spits out a few things in Japanese quick, and then gets a good closer look at your face, and says like, "Please, just let me go. I won't tell anybody what I did. I'll forget your face. Just
I
I
tell
want to
him.
go home."
I tell him
You ain't never.
There's-
seen his face.
there's one way out of this, and it's by putting on that headset.
Okay.
And I hold up the butt of my gun, which I
Okay.
assume is
He immediately rushes for the headset and puts it
Okay.
on.
good.
Piss free.
It is. It's a pristine headset.
But if you wanted it to be covered in piss,
Yeah,
he's
non-
allowed to.
It comes in
Yeah.
two varieties.
It does, yep. Okay, they both got the headsets on. And they are sitting submissively.
So it begins.
You should maybe.
It's begun.
You step out into back into the common room of the basement.
Yeah.
Alright.
Should maybe skip hand-to-hand combat training for a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe not do that.
It's
Yeah.
it's
If-
important.
Wait
it's
till they're
vital.
like.
That's a
accepting it.
privilege.
Maybe like
That they-
week 2 or something.
Okay, I'll give it a couple weeks.
Maybe when they're more of a steady routine.
Yeah, once they start to accept.
Their fate.
Okay. Alright. So Gug is writing the programs. Phil is doing the direct interaction, drug administration, food administration, teaching.
It's a full job.
You've got Mert as your orderly with you, and you two are also on the grounds but focusing with the dog training.
Yep.
So,
Dogman. Dogman.
so Mang and Phil can both roll a d6.
Just
Uh,
one.
Yep, just one.
Unprecedented.
Gug's gonna
Fine.
add +2. Phil, you're also gonna add +2.
7.
4.
11 total.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
What are you doing, my rolls?
Phil, you got your +2 because one, you have background in like conversion, that sort of thing, and you have Mert as an orderly with you who will squash any chance of them actually ever overcoming you with physical force. We'll assume that Mert is silent and does not communicate with them in any way while he's with you. He's very
Let's
professional
assume
about it. And Gug basically has the advantage of having this own isolated setup that he can just work in seclusion and make these VR presentations and stimuli very compelling and effective. So, okay, we are ready to do our first big time skip. Pull up my document. Okay. And let's just say during your free time for the party, I assume you're all staying on the grounds as much as possible without leaving.
I'd want to know if any one of us is leaving.
Like even to get groceries.
Only Takumi is going to get groceries.
Okay.
I'm never leaving.
Nope. Apart from just
Never again.
going to the kennels and stuff and hanging out with the doggos.
That's
not
out back.
maybe.
Nope. Okay. 3 months have passed.
Time skip 1 year.
Nope.
Just things-
We'll be able to pretty soon.
things will happen.
Your motion sensors go off for the first time since you put them in.
Shit.
It is 10:30 in the morning.
Guns ready.
Are the motion sensors also cameras or just like a beep?
I think it was just a beat.
It's registering like significant mass is in the vicinity moving.
Significant mass.
Yeah. So more than
Mert's coming up.
like field mice and other critters won't like trigger that. So
Would we be outside with the dogs?
I would probably at this time of day.
Yeah.
I think
Get back
so.
in here.
Oh yeah, we'll
So
go
maybe-
inside though.
Wait, we go inside. We don't look to see what it is.
No, we want what's his face to be the
Takumi
first.
is the only person that
Who
lives
lives
in this
here.
building. That's how it's got to stay, unless they open fire or something.
Us 5 bearded Caucasian men in the mountains.
So I mean, we could like peer out a window from upstairs or something, but
Okay,
other
so
than
I
that,
thought the dogs was also like a cover. Like that's our purpose here. Like we're
that's
a dog.
Takumi's cover.
Okay.
We don't
Okay.
exist. And that's how it's got to stay.
If Takumi has to talk to someone.
Yes, I'll be in his ear.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was gonna ask. We'll say by now you've established a pretty good relationship with Takumi. He
Sure,
knows
he
that.
cooks for us.
Yeah. Do you provide him like a small, like allowance or something?
I mean, I bought him a fucking house. How about that? How about that, Takumi?
That's pretty good.
Alright.
He's got to be
I
paid
cook for you
something.
for a year if you buy me a house.
Okay. Because I was just gonna do after 1 year how much living is costed, but
I mean, we pay for the food.
yeah.
We pay for bills.
Well,
You pay every
What does he need in life? Tell me
Fair
what he
enough.
needs in
So,
life.
You can assume he's happy right now. That he's happy with his situation. Okay. So you'll be seeing this interaction through his eyes while everyone else is in the house. Or are you guys in the kennel with the dogs right now? Because
No.
We're all
What?
upstairs.
you all went upstairs. Okay.
Dogs are outside in a fenced backyard.
Okay. They're probably barking then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You see, it is a there's a police vehicle. A gentleman gets out of the car. He's like parked up kind of close to the front of the house. He's wearing like a suit, so probably a detective or something of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
He introduces himself as Detective Hanzo Shibuya. Yeah.
Who your roll call?
He shows identification to Takumi. And he mentions that they have a active missing persons case. You recognize the names of the 2 students who went missing from a local university on some bogus work opportunity thing. And so he's been on this case for a couple of months now. And they were doing basically a grand sweep of the area, and he was very very sorry to bother Mr. Takumi. He says, he's a lovely property here, but would he permit the detective to come inside the home? Have a look around.
Do we have internal sentry guns?
One in the basement.
Is that the only one?
Yeah.
If you get too close to the truth.
I know. If we let him in and then we say, "Oh, don't come down into this room,"
And he can't come upstairs where we all
because
are.
they'll see why you're all living alone. Looks like lots of people know. Once you let them in, then they do anything.
He also shows Takumi 2 police sketches. And it's one police sketch, and it's a poor caricature of Studs' face. So he said this was described to him by the dean, who said that the driver looks something like this.
Is there such thing as warrants in Japan? Like,
Yeah.
Does he have one?
No.
He does not.
Alright.
He wants to just check this property off his list so he can continue his investigation.
Takumi will say, I'm sorry, officer, but I moved out here because I value my privacy. This is a very isolated location. I would have known if some university students had been poking around here. I can put up some flyers if you want, but not many people are going to see them around here.
The detective turns his head and looks towards the dogs behind the fence. You raise them for a living?
I do.
Just yourself here on the property?
My wife passed a few years ago.
Oh,
My condolences.
So I'm just trying to live out the rest of my days in solitude.
Me and my dog.
Me and my dog.
Alright. Well, he gives him like his e-card or whatever, and he says, please let me know if you hear anything. We've got some concerned university staff, parents, friends,
I
We
understand.
want to try and track down these people if they're in the area. So you take care.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have probably anything on his person that the detective would raise an eyebrow at, just in plain clothes.
You're just living a life out
Yeah.
here.
No, it was very important that you had this placeholder man in your
Yeah, I
estate.
know.
Because if no one answered the door, then okay. He walks back to his vehicle and drives back down the mountainside.
Problem solved.
For now.
Okay.
The fall guy.
Yep. I was curious to see if you guys are just gonna activate sentry guns immediately the moment that
That's not how you handle a good plan.
Okay.
Kill anyone that gets near the house.
nothing suspicious
Studs, are
here.
any of
Like,
those common?
The police camera.
Except for the empty
screaming.
bottle of Diet Pepsi, they're all common.
I got
Thank you.
Moon Man and Spotted Cow.
Moon Man.
I want no moon man.
Moon Man.
That's some
If
racist.
you're getting a spotted cow, you need an opener, which I do not have.
Does anyone have an opener?
I've got one. I think Tom carries one, right?
Yeah, I have one as well.
I don't have my handy dandy case with me today.
I have one on my Amazon list for the new condo,
That's good.
so I will have one.
Nice.
More for your guests than yourself, I would
Right.
imagine. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm prepared to skip another 9 months.
Oh,
Here we go.
shit.
The canines are fully grown. They are fine specimens. Thomas and Studs, you both get to roll 1 dice.
Yes.
Now, Thomas, has your character had any previous experience with this sort of thing?
No.
And your specialties are in particularly. Were you an infiltrator? Or no, that's Studs is more the infiltrator. You're a soldier, okay. Well, I'll give you a +1. You do have the regiment of a soldier, and that will be helpful. That sort of training routine will be helpful for the dogs. And Studs, do you have anything you want to argue will give you a benefit to raising hounds? Apart from learning on the job as you have the past couple of months. Past year, I should say.
I don't know. I think with the strict discipline that I've had with, my master and stuff, that would help me at least with training, like in general, not maybe necessarily with dogs.
I think that's fair. So you guys can both roll 1 die plus 1.
Hey.
Yep.
Well, that sucks for you. I got a 5.
2.
Okay, 7.
Mixed success.
Yep.
Is that how many dogs survive?
No. They're all, actually, one died.
Oh,
he just got some sort of.
Alright. We couldn't take.
He probably ate something out in when he was ranging around that wasn't good for him. So you've got 11 reasonably trained dogs. They are fiercely loyal to every member of the household. They are affectionate towards you, but give them a verbal command, they'll get into alert mode, or you've had them successfully sicked on non-human targets, so like effigies and things like that. So you would definitely be comfortable probably bringing them into a public space where they wouldn't attack people or be overly friendly, but they would likely go after the designated target unless something was throwing off their sensors or hormones or something like that. So they're a good group of hounds, and you got 11 of them. So
do want to emphasize that they are trained to track our 2 hostages, just in case.
You've given them
smell them for an outreach.
Yep, you've given them a number of artifacts to familiarize their scent with, and they promptly run down to the basement and kind of hover around the doors of the house. They seem to have picked up the scent.
Really, just training them to go in the basement.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all we got. Sensor gun was on for one of them.
Easy training.
Yeah. All right. As for your students,
They're dead.
no.
Roll a die. That's how many of them died.
Oh,
D2.
Oh my
God.
D2, wow.
Yeah. Okay.
It'd have to be at least a D3. 0, 1, 2.
Taruki was a little bit more, testy than Shigeo, who was a bit more frightened by the initial situation. But over the year of your very specific regimen, they have been molded in the image that you have sought for them. They do not respond with any great stimuli when you talk about their former friends or family. They see you as their family unit in an authoritative sense, not in a camaraderie way. So they seem ready for graduation. You have no indications that they are not ready for the field.
And they have no idea that there's been another person trained the whole time.
I hope not.
That's the idea.
We should only.
They both, in fact, feel that they, as an individual, were chosen, so they have that kind of... That probably helped in the training, that they felt like, oh, I'm the one.
Well,
So they didn't hear like the dog running up and down the stairs every day, did they?
I mean, they might have heard something of that
dogs
nature,
scampering up and
but
down.
they learned over time that any sounds not in the headset or from the instructor were not to be heeded. So,
I will make an appearance in each of their rooms.
okay, they've seen your face before.
I will
Sucky,
carry
sucky.
an unloaded pistol,
Okay.
but with the magazine still in.
All right.
Okay. So
The first one just kind of kneels, like, respectfully.
okay,
Yep.
I'll hand them the pistol.
Okay. He accepts it and bows his head to you.
Shoot yourself in the head.
You're gonna do this for both of them.
Yes.
Okay.
oh my God.
It's clever.
I will see who needs some more work.
Okay. Takumi, or his name was
Teriyaki.
Taruki. I think it was Taruki.
Yeah. Taruki refuses. Shigoya immediately complied.
You got more work to do on that boy.
Do you like kind of shake your head
Yep.
in disappointment at him?
Slam the door closed.
Okay.
Okay, so Shigeo's ready to go.
Use him first.
Yep. You keep working on our backup.
Alright.
So now, Shigeo is going to escape.
What?
He's going to escape,
This is mean.
and he's going to go back to
The school.
home,
Alright.
his old home, and he's going to tell people that he doesn't know anything about his captors. He managed to escape because they got comfortable. He'll be a minor celebrity for a couple of weeks, because that'll be big news. He was kidnapped a year ago. And then, while he's being interviewed by some various news stations, he'll mention that his biggest dream in life was to work at the mech division for Kobayashi Corp.
Okay.
Now, ideally, Kobayashi will recognize the press opportunity and give this kid an interview.
Mm-hmm.
If not, then we're going to have him apply, which hopefully they will accept him and let him in at that point. If that fails, plan C of that is we put pressure on the hiring guy to pay a visit to his house.
You need to
It's unlikely we'll have to get to that point, though.
make sure that when he escapes, that he isn't found near Bayash.
Right.
So,
I mean, at this point, we're abandoning the house,
okay.
so it's
Well,
not the end of the world.
What?
The setup.
I mean,
We gotta keep Taruki in here for if things don't work out with Shigeo.
Well, you can train Taruki.
you're going to have to
another-
take him with you.
Yep.
In a perfect world, they'd never find this house, but I can't count on that.
Especially with the cop there and us refusing.
I mean, it would have been great if they were both trained equally, and we wouldn't have this problem.
Like, so why can't we just have him go out? Why don't we drop him off somewhere in the city somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and then just come back here?
Because they still might find the house. You know, they
Who's
might.
they?
They didn't find it before.
They might find like limestone dust on his
Well,
clothes
I mean,
or something. And
they
like, oh,
as
he
in
ran this mountain
The
range.
detective that's probably under the case.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to immediately be interviewed by the police.
Right.
Well, right. And, you know, he's saying that he escaped.
So he's going to know. He's going to know where it is. Like, how is he going to escape and not know roughly where the house is?
Yeah,
Right.
So you're gonna tell the police.
He's going to have to give
I mean,
up
he's
the location.
loyal to us,
Right. So you can tell.
so he
him
might
to
lie.
He's trained in deception.
Yeah,
he shouldn't.
we
He
did do
shouldn't
that.
lie.
I mean, we should tell. We can tell him what. to tell the
Unfortunately, this would
police.
throw his buddy under the bus, but he shouldn't lie. He should tell him where the house is, and we should be.
I'd
out
rather
there.
not lose the house.
Yeah, it's a nice house.
It's a nice house. It's a base. I just
Just
want to
be
plan for the
vacated.
inevitability if they do find it.
Sentry guns.
I don't want to go to war with Japan, Thomas.
What do you want to do instead?
What else could you
So
possibly
we're
want?
gonna separate. We're gonna go to different rural villages and just sort of integrate separately.
You think that's gonna work?
Does anyone get
us
to stay at
foreign
the
men?
house?
No. Anyone that stays there, if they find it, they're immediately arrested.
Okay, but well, I guess it's in Takami's name. It's known that he lives there and raises dogs or some such.
Yeah, there'll be a manhunt.
For him?
If they discover that this house is responsible, you know, the people
So
there,
what are we telling Shigeo to tell the police?
that he doesn't know anything.
He knows nothing
He
at all.
was black bagged the whole time. He was like
He escaped.
kept
and
in a
he
cell.
escaped. He didn't take the bag off until he entered town.
He got heavily sedated
Well, no, I mean-
while he was escaping.
Yeah,
I mean, he took the bag off, but
he can
like,
tell that he was drugged most of the
yeah,
time.
and
So
he didn't recognize the
doesn't-
surrounding landscape. Yeah. He's on your team. He's gonna cooperate.
Right.
He was willing to kill himself.
Yeah, that was the
He
thing.
pulled the trigger.
So
Well, she's that good at deceiving.
Like I said, in a perfect world, they don't find the house. I just don't want any of us captured. I don't have to break you out of Tokyo jail.
That's part
I
2A.
don't want to leave these dogs with Dekume.
Well, no, I think we each have to take a couple dogs with us.
I feel like okay. So say we split up. Where do we all live? We rent.
What's our funds?
Whatever you have left.
What?
You have money.
Whatever we have left.
How much is that?
It doesn't cost much to live in
Did
out
we-
in these
Oh, that's
villages.
not it. Did we
Farm
already,
some rice.
Did we already pay our living expenses for the year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thought that was all included in the
Oh
original.
no. Nope. You guys gotta pay just. You can remove 10 grand from the account.
Mertz.
For all of us?
Mertz,
Or
yep.
for each
No,
of us?
just Mertz account.
Okay.
Really?
We
He
live-
still
Or
has
if you each wanna- if you
61K.
each wanna
He's
take
got
out-
so much money.
He has 61K.
This is how he's contributing to the cause.
He's being Big Daddy right now.
I almost feel like it's wiser to keep Turkey here. I would stay here.
Turkey here.
I think you're a dead man then.
Okay, so
He's
how
the
they
cover.
gonna backtrace Shigeru back here?
I don't know. You have to plan for it though. What if they do? Tell me that. What if they do? And they send a SWAT team to your place. What are you gonna do? Tell me.
If he's 100% loyal, couldn't Shigeru or whatever Shigeo tell us?
I don't.
The police are honest. You think the police, without any assistance from the only lead they have, is gonna come here with 100% force on the first visit?
He's not saying he thinks it's going to happen. He's
You
just
plan for the
covering.
worst fucking case.
He's just covering his ass.
Alright,
I get what he's
Should we
saying.
get a new house? No.
No, we're splitting up.
No, splitting
What,
up.
what do we do with, with Turkey here? What do we do with Turkey?
He's going to some other village. We're all going to some different other village.
You're
He's
going
your
with
ward.
him.
Okay,
He's
okay, and all the rest of us are split.
Because if we got 5 like white guys showing up in a village together, it's really shady.
I thought we got facial reconstruction.
No,
No.
we didn't go
No,
through
we
it.
didn't do that. We just got the.
We got fake IDs.
Which will hopefully be enough for us to.
Yeah, since we're
Blend
staying out
it.
of the cities. This is only for like a couple weeks.
All right,
Hopefully, maybe a few weeks.
and then if it turns out to be safe to go back, is what you're saying?
Then we can go back. But I want to be sure and I want to be safe. That's planning.
All right, just trying to figure out if these guys have been like, our 2 students are like wanted, and this. If I can keep him from like running away.
Yeah, if anything, especially because you have to take one of the prisoners with you, this seems way riskier than him staying here.
I mean, either way, it could be bad.
You just
I feel like me taking the prisoner somewhere, I have to both keep him then contained in a new spot.
I mean, he's not like the same as he was on day 1. He just wasn't
Not at
willing
all.
to kill himself.
And keep people from recognizing him too.
Yeah, I mean, he was a year ago. I don't know how many villagers in rural Japan would recognize a kid that was kidnapped out of the city a year
Alright,
ago.
so I'll try to find some.
I mean, if somebody recognizes you, just shoot him. You can do that.
it seems like
Juntao! Juntao!
Goosebump! Goosebump!
Yeah. So,
weighing the chance of something going wrong in the city, or a SWAT team coming with no warning on the house. Which one's more
it's
likely?
not a city.
I feel like
Talking
if
about like
me a foreign man just
a
dropping
village.
in.
These are rice farmers. Thought you wanted to be a rice farmer.
That was the old me. No, I mean that's fine. I don't know.
I mean, I think
Whatever.
that you don't flaunt the guy around either.
How do you avoid flaunt? I guess okay. I get him.
By not being like,
Move
I
him during the
kidnapped
night.
this boy.
We'll all be way more noticeable in rural towns, like as the one white guy and his Japanese silent.
Like no one knows we exist.
The same week, same day that this long lost kid comes back and there's still one missing.
Do you want to stay at the house? Is that what you're telling me?
I think so. Yes. I just don't see it. I just don't see the connection.
The only scenario that would work is if they get Shigeo to crack somehow or figure out where he's been.
Like the against
Shigeo might try to be hiding everything, but he might inadvertently reveal something. It depends on how good the police are.
Well, if he doesn't know where he's been,
He does.
They might forensic examine something as Meng.
yeah.
I'm willing to
against
take the
his will.
chance to say I told you so, but
Yeah.
your character could be in a rough spot,
Okay, well, then
and I won't break you out.
can I rent from some?
Can we
rural
agree to that?
villages?
yes.
Okay, he's agreed to that.
You're staying here.
I've agreed that if I'm captured,
We're not gonna break him out. We're going ahead with the plan.
So are all the dogs staying with you too?
am I the only one staying?
It seems that way.
I mean, I thought if anything, him with the prisoner makes the most sense to
Yeah.
stay.
I still feel that way. Maybe once we get him to the point. Well, I don't know. I guess it depends if.
I also can't see the very first visit being a SWAT team. That is.
Well, if he gives up the location, or
Yeah, if he just fully says my captors were here,
He's never
They're
seen the outside of this
dangerous.
place.
he's going to when he escapes.
Are we actually gonna have him escape?
No, we're
That'd
not
be-
letting him out the front door.
Like
We're-
the first
we're
place we
driving
saw him
away.
was near here.
oh, so he actually literally won't know.
I think that's better. There's no reason
That
to
is
let him
better.
know. He's not
I
gonna
know it's
question
better.
that.
It's better for everyone.
I didn't think he would ever say,
Well, if he doesn't.
but
But if he also doesn't,
I'm
even
worried
know,
about some fucking Sherlock Holmes asshole that can figure this shit out.
Risk the whole operation.
Yeah. I'm fine, I guess, willing to risk one of you staying behind, just so I can say I told you so. But not both of you. So, whichever one of you two wants to work that out.
It's gonna be almost impossible. I feel like to continue our brainwashing this second guy.
it does make more sense for you to stay.
I think I should stay.
Takume is your man. You're training the dude.
And
Just we risk our backup line being lost then, but I guess at that point we'll have to deal with it.
I think it's a high risk for the backup plan, regardless of what he does.
like either. I feel like even if we're going to some real bumfuck nowhere Japan village, like I'm going to be the most conspicuous thing there. I can't really hide myself.
Most conspicuous? I don't think they're that.
The one
Just wear a hood.
The one white guy.
Yeah,
who
they've
speaks
all got
broken
one
English.
white guy.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, some have never seen a
Some
white
weeb
guy.
that just wants to move to Japan and
And then you have to
Find
have
some
then,
rice.
then we have
Is
to
this
be trained in
Tokyo?
deception. We have to have our whole story. Like, where do you come from?
Yes.
Like, how do we explain ourselves?
you don't have to. As long as you do some work and you're friendly, they don't give a shit. They're not gonna call up Tokyo. We got a white man out here. Get over. Get over.
Not in our neighborhood.
Not in Brown's town. Okay, no, alright.
Yeah,
I
it's
see.
not
Holy
like out of the ordinary that like somebody comes to Japan and wants to like
Just
live in
live a rural
Japan.
life.
Like it's not like I mean they're not a bunch of just racist people. Like it's,
Yeah.
They are.
they're all the Asian Donald
I mean,
Trumps.
foreigners have never really been embraced with open arms in Japan, but I get where Meg's coming from. That in this future era,
I mean, you
It's
saw
like-
The Last Samurai.
Mhm.
They like that guy.
He stuck out like a sore thumb.
Well, yeah,
Not
but
at first.
they
He had to
embraced
earn-
him eventually.
He had to earn their trust.
Right, that anybody can do that.
you guys all earn their trust.
Work for them.
Work for him.
I like the plan. I'm on your side.
I like neither staying nor going.
Well, then you shouldn't have come to Japan.
Get these dogs and plane back to America.
Yeah,
you
you
would
just-
never in
You'd
America.
never make it.
You gave them a good life here, but now you have to part ways with them.
Yeah, where do they go?
They're just gonna.
Do they come with us or do they stay here?
I mean, if someone's staying here, they can all stay here.
I'll stay here with the. I'm gonna stay here with
Okay.
Taruki. I feel like it's risky, but it's like I'm not gonna stay indefinitely. We just see where the plan with Shigeo goes, and then nothing
Do you
happens.
also agree that we will not break you out?
Yeah.
Do you agree to have a cyanide tooth put in?
It's a graduation. You're the teacher. You get a graduation.
If I don't know where you are, I can't reveal it.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose.
You could be the fall guy, Phil.
Just leave Mart here.
No, we're not leaving Mark here. He's a killer. We need him. Your job is done.
I have to fulfill this young
You're
man.
like the captain now. You go down with the ship if the ship goes down.
Yeah, I have to. I'm gonna stay here with Takumi.
This is where you molded minds. Okay.
You're molded by it.
Yeah, exactly. You baned here. So you will stay along with the student who isn't quite ready to end his existence upon command.
It's not good enough. Back in the oven.
Are you gonna take like one dog with you, Thomas?
Sure. Yeah.
Your favorite one, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll keep the rest.
So
here.
you'll have 10 dogs to keep. You're gonna be a pretty busy guy because you weren't the dog keeper.
Takumi's gonna have to actually start doing what he said he does. Take care of these dogs.
Oh, he's gonna stay too.
Oh, he has to.
Yeah, because you're.
I
part of the
need a
cover.
cover here.
All right. So you live here with him and Taruki.
Yeah.
The rest of those dogs are gonna get shot, you know.
I'm taking a dog with
By
me.
the police.
Why are you saying that?
I want you to be prepared.
Worst case scenario. But I'm also taking a dog.
Oh, okay. There you go. It's down to 9 dogs
There we go.
left. Yeah.
So
Okay.
It's like Game of Thrones. Everyone takes their dog.
Yeah.
See how they fare. Okay.
Distinctive cult quality. Everyone.
So
each have a dog.
is the idea to be in like the vicinity of Kyoto still, but just a different rural village? Or are you willing
for
to?
all of us?
Yeah.
Nah, we don't need to be that close.
Okay.
Just
So a good spread across
pretty
Japan.
distant, yeah, and spread out.
All right.
And
And
we're
then-
gonna drop Shigeo off.
At the close to the the police station or the university?
No, like outside of town.
Okay, outskirts.
He needs to be seen like
Wandering.
trudging into town, yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Rip up one of his shoes.
Because if there's camera footage of him getting out of a car, it sort of defeats
Waving
the
to
whole
us.
escaping,
Giving us
Yeah.
hugs,
Yeah.
giving us
thumbs
hugs
up
and
as he
kisses.
gets out. Yeah.
He's got like a signed baseball card with Gug's face on it. Like,
We gave him
Yeah.
flowers and stuff.
Good.
Sent him off. A good little boy.
Yeah. He's got his cyanide tooth implant though.
Good.
It was a graduation present.
He passed suicide training.
Suicide.
One in one.
All right, excellent. So yeah, I've got your. This is phase 2 of the plan.
Once he is let out, yes, that's phase 2 starting.
Okay. Where do you intend you'll like sleep when you're in like these rural villages? Do you just
I'm hoping there'll be some charity, and I have money.
just like a poorhouse or
yeah,
something?
There's like a little inn.
Oh, of course. Well, there'll always be those sort of
Yeah,
things.
there you go.
Okay.
I think I'll just try to work for like.
Oh, can I? Before we get too involved, though, I didn't want to do a flashback.
I'll allow a flashback.
Not that big of a deal. but,
Okay.
Over the last year, I wanted to set up a bank account,
Okay.
like Cayman Islands kind of thing.
Okay.
Pretty
What?
untraceable.
What's your starting deposit there? A lot of them will require a certain amount to be deposited.
Mert has
for you to-
50K left, so.
Okay.
Might need to take money from.
I'll take 20 of mine and 30 of his.
Okay. That can get you with
Just kill it.
better than just like their lowest tier
Good.
stuff. So
He's down to 21K.
okay, it is secure.
All right.
I would like to slightly alter the training regimen
Okay.
of this young man more to gonna triple his loyalty to the cult and to hand-to-hand combat.
9 hours
Triple.
a day.
All right.
Just
He doesn't need to read engineering manuals or
he
watch
does,
Gurren
just
Lagann.
sort of shortening everything else and just
Okay.
No
increasing.
more happy mech fun time.
Oh, he still has that. It's just
Just not much.
it's not as
Tiny
much.
burst at the end.
Just
After just hours and hours.
That little dose of happiness.
Got
You
his
get to watch
face.
half an episode of
Every,
Going
pretty
Long.
much everything.
Like, let me prove myself again. I'm ready.
He's
begging
begging
to
to
kill
kill
in
himself.
his mind.
He's
the
gonna
whole
be begging
time.
for that.
When
Yeah.
he's
Give
begging
me
to
that
kill
chance.
himself, he's
I mean,
ready.
chances are we only need Shigeo and we'll just execute this.
No, Sean, it just he gets the same amount of anime time. It's just bleach fillers
It's just
and Naruto
Oh.
fillers.
I'll have him
hold
prove
on.
himself again.
Okay, here's what it is. It's just much more combat and cult, and the same mech, and everything else is just shortened.
Okay.
Rash.
Alright. He'll probably ask you at some point in the day when he'll get the chance to prove himself again. He'll probably be fairly eager in saying, like, I'm sorry if I showed weakness, but I'm ready.
Dude, that's a deception training. Don't listen to him.
He's using it on you.
But why does he know that would lead to his escape?
He doesn't know
He
that.
does,
He,
right.
he knows it was a test that he
It was a
failed.
test, he
So
failed.
it was very obvious.
Okay.
This unknown, this only through the vision of
Next
God.
time
does
he'll-
he see.
I'll test him again, but I'll put bullets in the gun.
If the plan goes well,
Yeah.
if the plan goes well, are you worthy now? Doosh.
And then we'll just leave
Ah, he
the
was.
house, and that'll be that.
And then they'll be like, it was a
With
suicide.
a gun in his hand,
It
yeah.
was a
Suicide.
Cut and dry. I'll tell him when he can beat me in combat, then he can prove himself. Again.
Oh,
I don't
so
know if
you're
that's a good idea.
so you're 1-to-1. It's getting very.
Strong incentive for him
Yeah.
to kick your ass.
All right. Or you could just be like, I'm gonna take you away from here. You'll just be a member of the cult. You won't have to be part of the plan anymore.
He doesn't know about the plan.
He doesn't know any plan.
All right. Okay. So, what is if everything goes to plan? How much of a time skip do you want this time? Enough for him to like join Kobayashi, seen as a hero.
I mean, that would be great.
No,
Yeah.
I'm asking that if that's the ideal scenario here.
Yeah, I'd like to time skip for him working at Kobayashi.
Okay.
In the mech division.
Okay.
So then we can continue.
Yep. And what if he's offered a position that's like it could work up to the mech division, but not in the mech division?
And it sort of depends. Like, is it like a 10-year promotion to the mech division, or is it like a year?
Are you going to be maintaining contact with him, or is he
Yeah.
on his own now?
Yeah. I gave him like a number to call,
Okay.
memorized in
All right.
his brain.
Okay. Because we can do a skip here. We'll do a 3-week skip.
That's good.
No one's been taken in the night in the rural villages and killed or anything.
Okay.
Phil, you dwell at the estate still.
Of course.
The police have not come for you yet.
Yeah.
They're preparing. They know they have a
Yeah,
lot of
they're-
dogs and
yeah,
sentry
they're
guns. They
loading
got
up.
it. Yeah, right.
they know everything about the house.
Yeah, oh, yeah. They have the full schematic. It's just a matter of time. Let's see. Okay. Your Shigeo contacts you for the first time since he was released. All right. He says, "Master, I have an update." Says,
Tell me, Shigeo.
okay. He says, they liked my story. They say I'm an example of heroism and determination, and that with 3 years of distinguished service, I will be granted access to work in the corporate hangar bays 2 and 3, which are designated as mech and mech auxiliary bays. Until then, they want to have me starting as a aeronautical engineer in hangar bay 1. He says, it's possible during this time I will be able to obtain some information about the operations schedules, but I won't have direct access to the mechs if I accept this offer. Not at least for a few years.
You will accept this offer.
Very well.
And you will find out what you can. But your employment must be secured. Take no unnecessary risks.
It will be done. Okay. So he'll be beginning his work. he did say before you ended the conversation that in another month he'll give you an update after working there, seeing what he can retrieve for you in that time. So
Okay.
okay, Phil. 2 days after this,
Gun to your head.
the motion sensors go off.
Oh shit! What is this?
Significant mass.
Yeah.
A mech is at your door.
Hundreds of feet
That'd be
tall.
amazing
Okay.
if I could have planned that out.
The dogs are barking.
Okay. Do we? All right. Let's. Did we have cameras out there, or was it just
Nope,
sensors?
just the
Oh,
sensors.
It's just
You've got
Takumi
sentry
as
guns
your
in the
piece.
bushes, or with the shrub tarps over them.
Yep. I have the sentry guns disabled for now. I tell Takumi to go out there.
And you connect it by your piece.
Yeah.
So exactly what happened a little while ago, just with you guiding him this time.
Yes.
Like when Gug was in his ear before.
Yep.
Okay. He goes out to like the front landing. There is an unmarked car and 2 additional squad cars. Detective Kobayashi, or not Kobayashi, Detective.
Detective.
Yeah, he is. He's also the CEO. He's a dragon.
Oh
You're gonna kill him 8 times for him to actually die. He's got all these
Holy shit.
backup reality drives. Yeah. No, okay.
It's a cat.
Yeah. He has corporate presences in 4 dimension. Okay. No, it's Detective Shibuya again.
Okay.
He says he's returned with a warrant to search the premises.
Okay. I tell Takumi to stall him.
Okay.
I run down to the basement to get Taruki.
Okay.
Busted.
This is probably an unscheduled visit.
Yes.
This is probably like the first time this
Just
ever
trying to
happened.
watch his Voltron kicking the door.
Alright.
Pistol
We'll say this was at like 10, a little after 10 in the morning, so it was during Kobayashi obsession brainwashing. Alright, so he can tell somebody just came into the room, so he takes off a headset and sees that you're here.
Yes. I throw my gun at it.
Okay,
Say, catch.
he catches it.
It's time for you to prove yourself. Don't get.
Phil, is this what you want to say to him?
No. I
You
say,
give him the chance.
Don't kill yourself. There's.
Okay, you barely stop him. He was like moments away.
You're meant for another purpose.
Okay.
Your combat training is going to pay off. Come with me.
Okay, just roll 2d6.
It's a 9.
Okay. He comes with you.
We're gonna have to kill some police officers.
Is this what you wanted? This would
I
have been
didn't
you.
thi- I didn't think it would come to this.
This would have been you
this quickly.
shooting police officers outside the house.
It was bound. It was bound to happen.
We did have.
I know it was bound to happen.
Why and how?
There's a pretty big loose end. If they were exploring
They
the
could've been-
area and they
Why would
happened
they
to
go
look
warrant
in the
for
lake,
this area? What's in the lake?
the fucking limousine that he was kidnapped in.
Is that what they did?
I have no idea
No,
what
I'm
they
not telling you. You'd have to go. You'd have to break into the police files, figure
Which
out.
we will
of course,
do.
You don't really want to. You can't. Yeah.
There's a lot of ways
You
this
don't
could
plan
have
for what you think.
So they're just pretty much right in front of the house, right?
There are 3 vehicles parked near the front landing.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you trying to kill? You have sentry guns.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So, I'm gonna have me and Taruki hide near the front door on the inside.
Okay, I understand what
And
you
if
mean.
we have there's camera access to the outside, right?
I think the sentry guns have a camera feed.
Okay.
That is your camera access.
No, I'll wait till people get out of the 2 extra squad cars, and then I'll activate them.
Well, right now, the detective and 1 uniformed officer are standing in front of Taruki. The other officers are not leaving the vehicles. They're just sitting in there. And he's been stalling him for a few minutes, and he says, I insist that we must come inside. Mr. What's the cultist's name?
Takumi.
Mr. Totten.
There's no situation now in which you survive more than like 2 weeks.
No, we can make it out. We can make it out of Japan.
There will be the biggest manhunt in Japan for you.
Okay, how about this? Where are all the dogs right now?
In the, well,
They'd be in. And we don't leave them outside. I don't think.
no, I think they'd be in the kennel area. So
They were left outside for the most part.
Were they?
Dad,
there's like a fenced area.
Is that
this
is that
is
in the back?
house. This is the backyard.
Oh, okay.
So they have
So they're
like
in the
kennels
back.
out there.
Yeah, they're in the back.
Okay, well I'm gonna go into the back.
Okay.
and ride the dogs to freedom.
That's
Go.
probably your best bet.
We'll go in the back,
Just
and
flee.
we'll let the dogs in the house.
Let them in the house.
Honestly, your best bet is to frame your buddy by just leaving.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
You should take his identity.
I am.
He's
To
not
kidnap
Jeff.
you.
You lock yourself up in the cell down below.
Yeah.
I should probably stop helping him.
Get me out of here! Phil has a lot of interesting decisions to make.
That's really good. No, but then they're gonna be questioning us. Well, I'll let the dogs in the house. Did you teach them to like wait until people show up to kill, or is it just
To kill him.
Like wait for commands.
They have commands. They're loyal to you. Sean said they're loyal to everybody in the house.
okay? Well,
Yep.
I let them. I corral them all in the house, and I give them the kill command word and shut the door
Okay.
on the dogs.
Oh.
And then we're gonna try to flee out the back,
Into the
jump,
mountains.
jump the fence into the mountains.
Gosh, Philly.
I tried
And-
to warn you.
Let's say
I was afraid of Japanese people.
if you never
Microphone's on.
I said I was.
Are we being recorded?
They heard what you said.
Phil, just assume you're always on camera. Go through life that way.
I said I was
They're
afraid
always
of Japanese
filmed.
people. Not that I am.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anyway, let's assume while you're escaping with your disciple,
Mm-hmm.
you never encounter any police. Where is your destination? Or are you just trying to get far enough away from the house that you're not around the action that's going on? Because
What's the nearest port city?
We're pretty far inland, I'm
let me
pretty
take a
sure.
look. Yeah, because the
it's
lake.
Not, it's not too wide of a country though.
No, I'm gonna give you an honest answer, Phil.
Yeah.
Give me a moment, because this will be readily accessible information on your comm.
Mm-hmm.
Suzuka or Yokkaichi. They both look about equidistant from where you are.
All right.
Oh, actually, Yokkaichi is a port city. Suzuka isn't really. It's inland. So Yokkaichi, and I will give you a distance measurement.
600 miles.
Let's measure distance from here to here. It is 42 miles away.
That's not that bad.
We're gonna start jogging through the.
You're gonna go across the open country.
Yeah.
Just it's like a double marathon. You know, you can cover that in.
Easy peasy.
Okay. As you're running, you hear gunfire and snarling and barking and all manner of upheaval. But it seems to have bought you the time you needed.
Oh.
Dogs are dead.
Well, there'll be somebody that has to answer for that.
Tried to warn you.
Talk to me.
You.
Okay. You run for about 2 hours, and you come to the town.
Damn town.
Yeah, it wasn't just straight wilderness to the.
That
to
makes
the
sense because it's not
Yeah.
a wilderness country. Well, I could try to contact one of you, but I don't know if you'll pick me up.
Buttercup baby.
You have to decide. It's all in your hands, Phil.
And you have with you a
The
missing.
biggest piece of evidence.
This is
that
like
their
this
case-
is a scenario I feared only far worse.
But I tried to stop you.
I don't take any comfort in saying I told you so.
Trying to think of any situation out of this besides.
Murder, suicide. Is that the word you were looking
While
for?
you're standing at the outskirts of town, you notice there's like a drone hovering over you.
God, Phil. This is what you wanted.
I mean, he could have went to rural town and ran to a detective at the inn as he was making his rounds. I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah, I know anything can happen, but there's probabilities.
Do you think this was probable?
I mean, it 100% probable because it happened.
It happened, and
Yes,
I said it
hindsight.
could happen, and it happened,
And we talked about it,
and it
and
happened.
that's what happened.
Okay. I tell him, give me the gun.
Roll 2d6.
Oh, I seize the opportunity
Oh, 6.
to blast you.
He says, "What is the purpose of this, sir?"
I'm the captain now.
The test.
It's my test. It's now.
Yes.
Okay, fast talk +3. You get a huge bonus.
Is that the roll I just made?
No.
No, new roll.
+3, you say?
Yep.
What's fast talk normally use? Style?
Yep. You're ignoring your style. You're just using
so
+3.
10.
Okay. He still wavers for a moment, and then hands you the pistol.
You pass the test. Go into the world. Ah, shit.
That is a Mangg's movie line.
Yeah.
Right. That is straight up.
Perfect.
Oh shit.
You careful brainwashing training. It's like, get out of here.
This
Oh, crumble.
glorious moment.
Crumbled apart under pressure.
Right.
You'll be. Well, I'll be in contact. Remember your training.
Okay. I don't think he has a comm of any kind.
No, I'll find him.
All right, you'll find him. All right. He
I
starts jogging into town.
and I shoot the drone.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Wait, how high is the drone from me?
It was like holding position about 10 feet above you.
Yeah, I hope they just shoot you and not capture you.
If I shoot the drone and it just brings everyone here.
You're gonna sing like a canary.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out my sword and try to throw it at the drone.
How is that better? How is that better? How is that better?
It's not loud.
He's a ninja.
Okay. I don't think you'd regularly use your sword as a throwing weapon.
Probably not regular.
So
It's really difficult.
it's a mix it up -1.
Okay.
So if your mix it up is normally like a +2,
to be a plus.
correct. So you just adjust accordingly.
6 total.
You stab yourself in the foot.
Just gone.
It's gone. Why was this sword up
You
in
take your sword. You take a moment to like look at it. You can just hear the camera zooming in on your face. You throw it. It sails above the drone and lands in like a thorny thicket beyond.
Use the gun on yourself.
Let it be known that
Okay,
this
I
time you killed yourself.
I'm gonna shoot the drone and I'm gonna run. I'm gonna.
That's great. All right, I'll give you a free. You can pop it.
Okay.
All right.
You throw your gun into a thorny bush.
No, that was well, yeah, right. You've got your gun. Recovering your sword would be a little painful.
Oh, I don't want to do it.
It's got your DNA on it now. This is going to compromise us so much. Square's supposed to be at least be dead.
Oh,
The
us.
reason I wouldn't plan on the detective combing through the villages again is because this is a year later. The only reason they come back to the house is if they have new information.
And to get a warrant,
And I guess
it
I
means
don't
they have to
know.
have good
Yeah,
new
right.
information.
And I guess I don't
too.
know where that information could have came from.
You have to break into the police files,
Yeah.
or find the detective and torture him and make him reveal what his
He
leads
can
were.
become our agent.
Yeah.
Double agent.
All right, Bill, you shot it.
Okay.
What are you
I'm
doing?
Gonna fetch the sword and I'm going to try to find a dumpster.
Okay. You take 1 harm, no harm move.
Okay.
just pulling it out, but you got it.
Yeah.
You're well scraped in a number of spots on your arms and face, but
Alright, I'm gonna go hide in a dumpster
okay, for how long?
till it gets picked up.
Okay. Act under pressure.
Under pressure.
Good old 6.
Jesus Christ, Phil.
This is
Just die already.
I should have actually made an escape plan.
This is a,
Yeah,
this
that
is
was the
literally-
big thing.
This is
There was
literally
no-
how his character died.
There was
Running
no,
from the
no
cops.
contingency plan where you like speak with your cultists like, okay, if anyone does come, this is what we do. It was just like, yeah. Which I'm not trying to like punish it deliberately,
You're-
but I did
this is-
present the follow up.
This is rational response. to
Okay,
what has
okay.
happened.
I'm glad it doesn't feel like it's.
I'm
this,
not
okay.
salty about the occurrence.
All right. You're running through the streets looking for a dumpster.
There's no dumpster.
Yeah,
man.
either like
Japan's
they
known for
their
their
waste
recycling.
efficiency
Right.
is just much better. Or they have like
God
different.
damn this country!
Yeah,
You're looking for just a pile of garbage you can die in.
and
You
could
happened
you
before.
notice that the drone presence you brought yourself a momentary reprieve by killing that one, but there's been more, and they found you, and you're in an alley now, where there's 2 squad cars pull up, and there's some officers pointing guns at you, saying "Freeze!"
Just please die, Phil. Please.
So that the consequence of the failure was that you're cornered in an alley right now.
Please die.
I'm gonna have to.
Okay, what method?
How far away are
Gun
they?
kata.
Nice. They are 30 feet away. Just a few sprinting steps away.
Alright, I'm going to. Well, I'll just have to try to shoot him. It's the only option.
Okay.
But
They have you at a small disadvantage. They're using the cars they pulled up in as cover.
that's terrible.
So again, it's going to be a -1 to your mix it up.
Here we go. That's
That's a mix.
that was a 5 and a 1.
7.
Okay.
So 7.
All right. You get to maybe I get to pick. I forget if you pick or I pick with that.
I think you get to
I
pick.
think you. Well,
No, he picks.
I think Phil
Ally
picks.
takes harm. Times 2.
No allies
Murder
present. You can't pick that one.
But a bullet ricochets and kills teriyaki.
Nope.
Teriyaki.
That's off the table.
See, because now I'm debating if we need to find and kill teriyaki. I don't know if he's fully broken or not.
It's gonna be hard tracking him down if he
I
doesn't
know.
like turn himself in. Phil, you must choose.
oh, what's the choices? I don't have it. Oh,
You make too much noise. You take harm. Something of value
Just
breaks.
making so much noise.
There's gonna be heat on us regardless, though. If they realize that one person
I'll take harm.
survived,
Okay.
They don't know how many individuals.
Um,
are
arm?
involved.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
but if
I'm
he
wearing-
survived the London explosion,
Armored clothing. So armor 0,
And
but I
then-
subtract 1 to rolling harm.
hands,
Okay.
at least
There's a chance that they think that he stuck with his old pals.
yeah.
You're hit with
I'm not
a
saying
barrage
all the
of
police will
handgun
be
fire.
after us,
Mhm.
but at least
Um,
our
that's 3
court
harm.
will be.
All
Our
right.
advantage is it doesn't really fit the same MO.
Yeah.
Blow up London and then kidnap
You
university
you
students.
you hit the guys with a few grazing blows.
And this guy's clearly
but you
unhinged, so.
you haven't incapacitated anyone. You just really.
Oh.
So you can roll your harm.
Harm 10.
I add my meat to that, right?
No.
No.
Nothing.
You
Cool.
You add the harm.
That's
you
a
add
good-
the harm, but you take away 1 because of your armored clothing.
Right, so that's a total of 6.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. You either rolled poorly again.
All right. They're all reloading.
I'm gonna sprint towards them.
Okay, you're there. They finished reloading.
I'm gonna try to chop them up.
Okay, so now you're using your sword.
Yes.
Okay, mix it up. No penalties.
There you go.
That's better. That's a 9. No, that's a 10.
Yeah, that's a 10.
Okay. You cut them down. You're still on camera though.
What
I don't know what the end game is.
You hear more sirens in the distance.
I'm just gonna have to get in the car and run.
The devil of Japan now. New face on every news network.
The highest string of murders.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
that's
been
what we're hoping
years.
for, is that this guy is so
He's the
vile.
ultimate fall guy.
that, yeah, it must have just been him going
Yeah.
crazy and kidnapping
And
this
the
kid.
subordinate that they
Yeah.
killed at the
Yeah.
house with the dog. Oh
the
man,
dog.
there you go. Phil's really
You're welcome.
fulfilling.
Sealing the fall guy.
You're
position.
welcome.
All right.
Well,
I hate to say I told you so.
I'm just gonna try to get to the ocean. That's all I'm gonna try to do is get to the ocean.
Get to the ocean.
All right.
They
Swim
can't.
in
They
the
can't get me
car
on
and-
international waters.
Act under pressure.
All right.
Dude, that's some major pressure.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
Okay.
I never wanted to live anyhow.
But you could have just listened to me and.
I was too afraid.
Okay.
I'm
By
going
the
into
time-
Japan.
Oh my god.
By the time you make it to the ocean, the vehicle's out of control.
All right.
You can either brace for impact as it flies into the water, or try to jump out of the vehicle just before it hits the water. But you'll be like rolling across like the street.
What? I'll brace for impact.
Okay. The car flies off, goes into the water. There was a hot pursuit behind you. You see, like, as like the car's like submerging, there's like a helicopter spotlight like penetrating to the depths, and you need to get out of the vehicle.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, it's a police car and it has like safety measures that's easy to escape even if it's partially submerged. So you're able to start swimming.
Okay, I'll swim out.
Okay, like to the surface?
Yeah.
Okay. When you reach the surface, there's multiple guns trained on you.
I just swim away.
Okay.
I'm going Hawaii.
Oh, Phil.
Alright.
You should have just stayed underwater and swam like to a boat.
Maybe.
Okay.
Swim.
Phil, if you survive this next barrage of gunfire, maybe there's a future for you. So it's you get hit with another barrage of small arms fire, so it's 3 harm.
That fills my clock.
Okay.
Clock's been filled.
I'm clocked out.
Yeah.
Alright.
God.
Even in the rural villages, news of this reaches you later that day.
I'll just shake my head. Whisper, I told you so.
It was pretty glorious.
It was a death.
Yep, and who knows where the other Manchurian candidate is right
That
now.
bothers me more. I'm fine with you dying.
He's
the
just
fall guy.
second
he's
investment.
just some wild card out
Some
there.
half Manchurian candidate working out of Japan.
Not sure of who he is, who he's loyal to.
And we don't know.
Right.
Nope.
I mean, he's trained if he's ever captured by Kobayashi
Kobayashi.
to kill
That,
himself.
those hard reflexes will dictate to him what to do.
But he never graduated, so
right,
he
so
doesn't
he
have
has
his
the tooth.
He doesn't have his
He's
tooth.
gonna have to find another way to kill himself.
Although he had a spot for the tooth.
I know.
We can skip ahead a month.
Okay.
Okay, so it has been 1 month and 3 weeks. Your disciple has a status update.
Yeah.
Okay. There are 2 base-bound Jaegers in Hangar Bay 3 at the campus that he works at. But he has an interesting lead here. He's found out through doing a little bit of individual accounting and investigating and talking with other personnel there, that Kobayashi has recently finalized a sale of an operational Jaeger to the Wuxing Corporation in China. That is going to be flying from Kyoto by 4 military cargo jets, a journey of 2,000 miles, which will take 3.5 hours across the South China Sea.
When is this happening?
He says probably within. He says certainly within the next month. He said he can work at trying to obtain a copy of the flight itinerary. And he says that he might be able to get an operations manual for you in that time.
Is this one of those water Jaegers or no?
He'll try to find that out for you too. He doesn't have a lot of details yet, but he knows that this is going down.
Where is this corporation?
So it's going to pull up the map.
The hell?
Yes, the King of Hyrule. Let me use my draw distance again. Clear measurement. Measure distance.
Really, I just want to know how far inland on China.
Oh, it's going to Hong Kong.
Okay, I don't know where that is.
I'll show you on the map. I screwed up the draw tool. 1 second. Here we go.
Hong Kong is like coastal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like kind of like a peninsula or an island. It is a peninsula. Like it kind of juts out. And why isn't this working? What distance here? Okay, there we go. Alright, May, I've got it for you right here. Show me.
Okay. That's the plan. The path they.
That is, yep.
All right. How do people enter these Jaegers? Is it like an elevator that comes out of a crotch or something?
Yeah, so you can access it. Basically, you can like enter in at like the feet, and it'll go up the body. Occasionally, they also will do like scaffolding sets so that you can enter higher if like they're working on components. But yes, you can enter in like at ground level.
But you could. There are ports high rise.
Correct. If you parachuted while it was moving and like landed on top, you could potentially. Because they have like you know, if you need to like emergency exit the Jaeger, you can get out up there. Yeah.
What is the recommended maximum fall distance?
He says that they're capable of surviving impact even if you dropped them from like
Upper atmosphere.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, obviously it's not recommended, but especially if it's falling into a body of water, that won't compromise like the structural integrity of almost any Jaeger. It'll probably sustain some damage, but if there's a pilot inside and they're securely fastened, it shouldn't be a serious injury for them.
Now you said originally.
If you're falling on a landmass, there's a higher risk.
You said originally that these Jaegers were like linked to a computer system.
As
Controlled by Kobayashi.
as far as like booting them up, like it's all very much linked, but typically they're not remote controlled. It still requires operation inside.
Right.
Yeah.
But if they were selling this to another corporation, that would all be disconnected.
It would be, yes.
Okay. All right. Find out if it's watertight. And
Okay.
Get back to me.
All right, he will.
I don't know if it's an easier plan.
He gets back to you 4 days later and says this is one of their aquatic classification Jaegers, so it is watertight.
Okay.
it will be slightly less versatile in land-based combat, but basically has submarine functionability and long-term use underwater if desired.
What weapon systems does it have?
I'll send it to you and I'll send it to the chat.
So it has some sort of turbines, then locomotion underwater.
Yes, correct.
I wonder if you turn them on out of the water.
It would probably give like a small maneuverability benefit, but it wouldn't be as useful as, you know, when you're underneath. Like you wouldn't be able to sustain like an airbound state with those, yeah.
Mhm. Fuck. I don't know if we have enough money to pull that off.
No.
More investments. The dogs, how do the dogs factor into that?
Yeah. Phil, can your new character get us a loan?
He's a banker.
Banker.
Yeah.
The Sprawl character, the banker.
3 billion credit loan.
Make new characters, tank their credit, kill them.
We just wait.
I mean, I'd certainly like to do like a Halo jump down onto this thing, but I just don't have the money for that kind of operation, so I have to think of a cheaper way to do it. Certainly involves hijacking one of those planes. Well, we've done that before. Standard kinetic melee package.
Yep.
Is that just a sword?
No, that's like fists.
So it has no like cutting implement.
It's got its deep sea drilling laser mounted on its head.
Okay, that might work.
Yep.
In 1 month.
Within a month.
Within a month.
Yep. So.
They're going to be transporting it within a month.
Yep. And the Jaegers aren't designed, like, basically it costs a lot for them to be operational, so they're actually going to be towing it with 4 cargo aircraft. So it's not going to be flying over there. It's going to be like held up by these massive planes.
These aircraft are coming from the aeronautics division,
Yep,
which you work in.
he does.
Okay, that helps.
He's reasonably optimistic that he could get himself on one of those aircraft.
Oh. Okay. I don't want to put. I mean, we have to be on the aircraft.
Right, so he might, you know, it would be a further stretch, but he might be able to get you on that same aircraft that he's.
I mean, these things are going to be empty.
Right, because they're hauling this really heavy thing. So yeah.
Okay. So they just keep these things in like a hangar.
Yes, a highly secure.
I mean the
hangar.
aircraft.
Oh yeah,
Not the-
yeah, and there's in a standard. Yep.
Okay, so we do sort of the same thing we did that one time. We get in there and we hide out under the floor.
Oh, like the last plane hijacking?
Yeah, that worked.
When did we hijack a plane?
Last campaign.
Remember, and then we sold the plane because they were transporting the alien.
That was like a campaign or two ago.
Remember, we were tasked with kidnapping an alien.
We went into a airplane.
Then we landed in the desert, and he went back and killed those guys.
Alright, I remember that part.
Yeah,
It's just on a larger scale
I
this
just didn't
time.
remember it happened on a plane.
yeah.
We-
There was a plane.
I don't think I was there for this.
No.
So I don't remember
I
that.
think you.
So we're hijacking an airplane? That's what I'm thinking.
I thought we broke into like a facility.
We broke into
Exactly.
like an airport,
I mean,
And
we're
we
gonna have
took
to.
the alien out of the facility and we put it on a plane.
This is gonna be a little bit
Was
different.
that
We're gonna
separate
have to
altogether?
hijack before it even takes off.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think we just sold it. We ended up selling the plane.
We sold the plane, yeah.
We sold the alien too, I thought.
to our employer.
I
You sold the alien.
We
This
did,
is
and then
your-
we got predator striked right during the deal.
Because we didn't roll high enough on the.
Right.
You go on get
Drew,
paid.
drew attention.
Yeah.
Drew too much
What's funny is that for the past 2 sessions, you haven't actually attempted to get a job yet. It's all been just free form.
I mean, this is worth 100 jobs.
Oh, I know.
So Tsukume or Shigeo lets us into the plane.
If he can get us on board that plane, even like a day beforehand,
Can you just get us credentials, or can we just be employees for a day?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be
Easier just to
shadier
smuggle
than
you.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
So he smuggles aboard the aircraft day beforehand. We hide out. Takes off. We take over the aircraft. Then the tricky part. We shimmy down the cable to the Jaeger,
What is the Jaeger?
Jaeger's a mech.
the mech.
You've seen Pacific Rim?
No.
Oh, okay.
We
I'll show you what it's like.
we go inside the mech. We use the weapon systems of the mech to sever the connection to the aircraft. We plummet into the ocean, and we travel to like the Gulf of Mexico.
Why do we have to hijack the plane? We just sneak our way onto the cables, shimmy our way down.
How do we sneak on board the cable?
Like you're saying, like
Can we sneak on board the mech?
if we're on the
That's
plane,
far more difficult.
if we're hiding on the plane,
Yes,
we just go down the cable.
that's what I said.
I thought you said hijack the plane.
I mean, if
We don't really
if
need to.
sneak
We don't really
on the
need to
plane-
make the pilot aware that we're there. If we're just going to be like,
I guess. I mean, usually there's cameras all over these things. They're gonna know we're jumping out.
Even if we hijack it or whatever. Is there gonna be like tracking security? Like they're gonna be alerted probably something's wrong
a lot of the
When?
when we hijack it.
yeah.
Like when we like kill people,
Not if we're good.
they'd be like,
As long as it keeps flying, and it's only a 3.5 hour flight.
Yep.
You know, they're not expecting anything to go wrong.
okay.
It all
Until-
goes wrong
until
in
it
the
all goes
transfer.
wrong.
It all
Yeah.
goes wrong.
Right.
It's where it always goes wrong.
Do you think they have tracking on the mech or anything?
Probably not if it's being sold.
Yeah, that would be shitty of them.
Okay.
If not, I'll try and sweep through. I think that's our best plan because it's the cheapest plan.
I should be able to help infiltrate
We should get,
with my move.
yeah. You could Mother
If
Goose us in there.
if Shigeo gives me all the details about how to get in and out, would that be considered a case in the joint,
Getting in and out of what?
or getting into the hangar where the plane is, so that we can get on the plane early?
It wouldn't be casing the joint because you're not the one taking the lead on it. It's
Okay.
mainly just him giving you the information, which he's going to try to do, but it wouldn't allow you to invoke casing the joint. If you went there and kind of did it on your own, that would be kind of a different situation, but that might not. Yeah.
Seems unnecessary.
Right,
when we have
right.
someone in there though. Because I have the mother duck ability. When you infiltrate a location, you get your team in as well. And when you spend a hold to bypass the security system or guard or escape notice, your team may
Yeah.
accompany you.
Well, if he gets you into the hangar and then you identify the ship or the plane, and you've
Well,
got
those
everyone
are
with
those
you,
are
right?
separate moves. So as long as I'm doing the infiltrating,
Yeah.
my team just comes with.
Okay. No, so yeah, basically, if he gets you in the hangar, you can do some mother duck cheese potentially, where they just follow your lead.
Yeah.
I hear like a motorcycle in the distance.
Vroom, vroom.
So we'll need
Yeah.
some climbing harnesses.
Guys need gimp suits.
Will the harnesses
you
allow
will
us to
need
slide
gimp
down the
suits.
thing?
Yeah, I mean they'll allow us to not get flung off of it.
Basically, you just connect it to the cable. So
Need
that
special like gloves that would like just slide down.
Yeah, that could help.
What if it's like a mono glove? You put your hands in, it's metal, and there's like a hole in the middle for like the cable, and you just slide down.
You just thought this up.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like your term though. +1 for mono.
yeah.
nice, dude. I have
If
two of
it
them. You're catching up.
If it exists, I guess, sure.
I'm not sure I understand. It sounds like the cable's like going through the center of your palm.
No,
Yeah.
it's. I thought you meant like. I thought you meant
Yeah.
the gloves like linked up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like so, like,
Like
they're
they
like attached
connected.
together. The cable's in the
Oh,
middle,
okay.
so you can't possibly be separated from the cable.
Like the gloves like
You
lock
could just,
together.
you could just spiral down the cable. But you
Well,
just be
I
attached.
understand that locks the gloves together, but how are the gloves like adhering to the cable? Just
It's
Well,
nothing.
I-
It's so.
just
It's
you
just,
gripping it.
I imagine
Okay.
they didn't
no,
have
it
to.
would create like a
So
circle.
I mean, even if you're like flopping around, it can't, if the gloves are together,
Oh, okay.
how could the cable come out?
Okay, sure.
I mean, just like
Okay, maybe I just don't see what would control the rate of you sliding down the
Oh,
cable.
nothing.
Like yeah, so you can just be really like.
Laws of
Oh,
gravity.
That's no good.
ideally you
Body
just get
flopping
you
with
just get a
the-
hook that like
I mean, your own body.
yeah, okay.
your feet.
Against the
Okay.
tension of this metal wire,
Just regular climbing gear.
it'd be like sparks flying.
Maybe we don't need to actually hijack. If we're already under the floor, maybe we just like torch our way out the bottom.
Okay.
Laser,
Yeah, that's
laser cut
And
it.
they'll show up,
Yeah.
but then they could notice when the mech drops into the sea.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah,
they'll
they'll
notice
that. I think. Yeah.
Then they're
it's-
gonna call it in immediately.
No, we're gonna destroy
Well-
the planes.
Oh my god.
The
Oh my
the mech is gigantic.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
big.
It's
These-
probably
these-
several stories,
The
right?
planes aren't designed for combat. They're big cargo planes. So
Yeah.
you
Like
won't.
the mech is probably
But are they
The
more
size
or
of
less
one,
likely
right?
to alert?
Or-
The mech is larger than any of the one planes.
that time
There's
period,
4 of them
then,
that are towing it.
If we just kill them before they know we're there.
You mean if we don't torch the bottom and we go and kill the pilots?
Yeah.
well,
So otherwise it seems like we separate the mech and they're like, what the hell's going on? So they're like, something's going on here, and then we blow them up.
they're going to know something's going on as soon as
We're gonna blow them up as we activate the mech. Because that's how
Right.
they release us. They fall from the sky.
Okay.
Ideally, they don't notice us until
Until we
they're-
turn on the mech and they blow up.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a perfect world.
Some climbing gear, some sort of blowtorch type thing.
But even at that, that's still not going to buy us a whole lot of time because it's not going to be that long afterwards that we do that they'll notice that something went wrong.
I mean, if there's no tracker on this thing, we'll be smooth sailing through the ocean.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
and
it's,
they'll never find us.
yeah, I mean, we're in a mech. Someone will notice it. But yeah.
It's tricky. I mean, the ocean's deep, man.
Yeah.
We know more about the surface of the moon.
I mean, I don't think this is any worse of a plan than stealing a mech in general is going to be. It's going to be difficult regardless. So I don't think it's any worse of a plan.
It solves my escape plan problem a lot easier.
But it makes the
So you
beginning
assume
part
just by
harder.
being on top of the mech, you can get into it.
That's what he said. I mean, that's what I want him to learn more about. Is exactly the process of entering a mech. Like,
And
is
turning
there
it
like
on.
a key card? Yeah. You need a special type of screwdriver that only Kobayashi has. Detective Kobayashi.
Detective Kobayashi.
That's what I want to know.
All right.
Detective Kobayashi was killed by dogs.
No, he killed all the dogs.
There's no way our
He's
dogs
hunting for
The
died.
it.
dogs all
We'd have to
escaped. They're
investigate
all
the police
alive.
files.
He's hunting for it.
Sean just really
That's
wants me
always
to
what
break.
you have to do,
He
you have to-
wants me to break into this goddamn police department.
Yeah, you need to access the files.
Maybe if I was on Phil's end and actually survived, I would break into the police
Yeah,
department.
that would be the. Yeah.
I would
Phil
have
could.
survived.
I wonder if Phil's character, like, his consciousness can be transferred to any cult member upon death, or just take over their body. Just.
If only. That'd be pretty fun.
I would have.
Yeah,
I would have
that'd
stuck
be
with.
an epic tier character
That'd
right
be-
there.
that'd be
Yeah.
something else.
I would have stuck with my plan and just like locked myself in the empty jail
I
cell.
wasn't willing to do that to my already dead, probably talk to me friend.
No, that's
I
nice.
should.
You have honor.
Not your dead.
I don't think that necessarily.
Honestly, he's probably
Puts-
pissed off for me.
He's
throwing
still
rocks at
he's
him.
still going to You still didn't accomplish. You created all the freaking drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did nothing for him.
It was a bet. It would have kept me alive longer.
Maybe you shouldn't have been in that house.
Probably. You had good advice to leave.
Maybe the only thing I want to know is what gave it away. But Sean's not going to tell.
It's
us.
relevant.
I'll tell you either at the end of the campaign
Okay.
or if you break into the police headquarters and you take the file.
Well, if this plan fails miserably,
That
I
won't be.
am breaking into the
If
police.
this guy
Okay.
fails, maybe we're all dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
okay.
are. But if I somehow survive,
Okay.
me and Sean will hang out by ourselves as I break into the police.
Yeah.
Even though I
nice,
could just end the campaign there.
nice
and
mono
get
y
done.
mono session. Yep.
Alright, so we're waiting for more information.
Yep. I'm typing it up right now for how exactly you turn it on. So
Okay.
just bear with me for a moment.
Yeah. So with the information that we get in, hopefully I'll be able to get us all in.
Into the mech or into the plane,
Plane.
or both.
Into the plane.
The mech isn't really a breaking in type of
Imagine
thing.
if you solely break into the plane, then the mech, and then Mother ducks us in.
The breaking
Straight
in.
into the mech.
Just teleports us
Yeah.
from our villages.
I mean, it's ability.
That's not how the ability
No, that's
works.
exactly how it works.
I think
I mean, that's how it worked for your thing that one time where you teleported.
Or when he just has items that he needs
Yeah.
randomly. No, mine doesn't really wouldn't make sense on that. It would be like because normally I get bonuses for like infiltrating alone, but this kind of gives me that bonus on top of letting you guys get in.
So it sort of nullifies this whole rolling stealth
Yeah,
stuff,
So
which
it's
is
like you
nice.
can just roll for all of us. I guess.
Yeah, and I have the act on the cool is a 2, which I think cool. I'm the only one that does. Everyone else is all different things.
At the moment
Phil's
that we're
dead.
going to slide down
I am
those
0.
cables, I'm going to flash back that I'm wearing a mono glove.
Why?
Oh, what?
Why?
So I
In-
don't fly
in
off
practice,
the
So
cable.
if you're, why not just
You get a
have
climbing.
a monoglove?
You get a climbing hook. Yeah, that's true too. But you just get a climbing hook that you hook up to the cable,
Yeah.
so that if you
that's
fall,
better.
it catches you. That way, you at least have control while you're going.
I mean,
down.
why can't the monoglove like tighten and loosen though?
Maybe it could.
So then, wouldn't that solve a problem for you?
Yeah, it's like different notches. It's like a zip tie. You
Yeah.
just-
How do you control descent? I mean, it's just like climbing, I guess. Like you're like
Right, you just
attached
sort of
by the
squeeze.
hands and you just shimmy down.
Yeah.
How much distance do you have to
I
travel?
don't know if that's any better than just getting like a nice pair of leather gloves and just climbing down the cable.
Hands can slip.
Squeezing can slip. What if you just like get tired
I
and
mean,
accidentally
that's-
let go for a
that's the
second?
point of the gloves. They're infused.
Yeah.
How do you get them out?
I mean, there's a lot of like
No, I don't know.
connected stuff. It could just be connected to your brain.
I mean, they're high tech. I mean, I have up to like $50,000 spent on these gloves.
All
This campaign's gonna be
specialty
over by
gloves.
the end of this, even if we survive, just because we'll be out of fucking money.
Well, I mean, if we survive and
If
succeed,
we steal the mech,
otherwise we just work for a year and
living the best life.
Otherwise, you just work for a year and trillion.
I'm thinking we just sell the mech to Russia. They're always buying up shit and trying to start wars.
This is basically my cat.
I have one. I'm throwing it out because the cats never do anything with it.
Yeah, no, they never do.
It's annoying.
They played. I assume they played with it for a while.
This isn't what I was
Yeah,
expecting
like
to
a
find when I searched for mono glove.
Let me
Sex
see.
club.
Yeah, some
What
kind
is
of like.
that?
Yeah, let me see. I want to see this mono glove.
What is going on?
Oh, it's like
It's like some kind of.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I
Oh.
see. All right.
Oh my god. that.
So that's what
so
you
you
want
put a
to
mono
have
glove.
2 hands like that when you're trying to grab onto the.
So
Oh
you
my
want a
God,
mono
yeah.
So
glove?
I'm gonna
Okay.
be in a mono glove.
Yeah, now I understand.
Oh my god.
Somebody is watching, just like you want some
You want some mono glove? Where did this come from?
German guy over here knows exactly what a monoglove is.
Yeah.
Almost ready for you.
So this is like an essay on how to get into a mech.
Complicated.
At least we had this great conversation on monogloves. Phil, how's your character doing?
It's good.
Do you want to be
Still dead.
Merc? Or we just take all your money?
Yeah, that's the price you
Just
pay.
extract all the money from.
We've had
from
2
my character.
deaths. This
Who else has died? No one else. has
Artemis
died.
died.
his
How did-
original character died
How did
so
your- how did
early.
your
That
character
was a
die?
bummer.
He
I tried to break into that guy's house.
and
and
just
someone-
had like 80
Some
fails in a row.
Some random people in the truck.
I think he inconceivably failed so
Yeah,
many.
you had like no health
Stuff
left.
blew my head off with a sniper rifle.
Fall guy.
Hopped out the
Screaming
window.
fall guy.
Fall guy. Fall guy.
Took it. Saw the shot.
I
and
saw
took
the
it.
shot.
Take the shot. Take it. He popped his head up.
Not at all what happened, but
Bird's head. That's
Merc.
exactly what happened.
You gonna shoot him in the head?
As soon as his head pops, out, you can shoot him.
You really wanted that.
Trying to get him out of there.
I just wanted to see if I could like shoot the lock off. It's just like as soon as his head appears, you're gonna shoot him in the. It's a fall guy.
This campaign would have been much more different
I would have just shot you in the head.
if Artemis had been had survived.
We'd be on a private jet right now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Sipping champagne, doing some
We were
easy milk runs for the corp.
18.
The bear just does everything for us.
That seems so long though. This is pretty,
I
has
know.
been a pretty long campaign.
It's been decently long. That's what happens when you have Gen Con in the middle of it.
I forgot about that. Tried to forget about Gen Con.
And someone invited me to a random Gen Con event next year. Ain't going to that
How many
shit.
people you got going with you, Phil?
I've got 4 other people.
Wow,
There you go.
It's
Nice.
like a normal Gen Con
You
group.
guys,
All right.
No.
I'm down.
Probably all like Gen Con more than
Okay, you get
I
an
get they
update
asked you to
2
wanna
days
go.
later. So it's been 6 days since his first update. So he's
Okay.
been working there for a month and 6 days.
I thought you said a month and 3 weeks. The first update was 3 weeks,
Right.
then a month.
He was offered the job after 3 weeks from escaping.
oh, right.
Then he accepted the job, worked there for a month, gave you an update.
Yep.
You waited some time for his first update. This is his second update.
Okay.
So yeah, he's been working for about, like I said, a month and 6 days, and this is 6 days into the window of it leaving.
Right.
So the first thing he's got for you
Let's hear it.
is it's in 19 days it's moving out. So you're on a timer,
Yeah.
and then he was able to access a section of the operational manual, so he can tell you what it takes to actually start up a Jaeger.
Let's hear it.
There you go.
Knowledge
You're
enters
almost
my
there.
brain.
There you go.
Physical key.
Jesus Christ.
God. That's where you were typing that.
Yes, it is. So it's quite difficult to actually start up and run
Now,
the
this is
Jaeger.
under a typical situation.
Yes,
This is not a typical situation.
correct. So some of these barriers may be completely absent. It'll be up to you to deduce or confirm which of those barriers will not apply.
I don't think there's going to be any bio verification.
Yeah.
I think there will be the key, but the key has got to be. They might not transport at the same time.
Gotta find that key.
That key, you gotta intercept the key.
You gotta steal them both and then go get them both
Or,
at the same
or
spot.
just make your own key. Just figure out how you make them
We
and
don't
then
even
just
know
go
this
get it.
alloy.
Yeah.
Find a key,
All right,
scan it.
but we could hack it.
Yep.
And the key must be on board the plane, though, right?
No, that's what They could.
It'd be safer.
They
for
could
them
send
not
the
to.
CEO could take it over on a private plane.
Yeah,
next
as a
day.
big PR move.
They wouldn't necessarily have it at the same time.
Right.
So we could bypass things and just hack it.
That's our only shot. Maybe.
I feel like it is.
Depends on how much you can hack.
I just wonder if I'm the best hacker in the world.
Well, I can hire a team of
New character.
competent,
A team of
reliable
hackers.
professionals.
But then we also have to get them on the plane.
Mother Goose.
Mother
We
Goose.
just have 10 people just hanging out.
Does it limit the number?
It's just
Like
like
limit the number.
40 people.
Does it say how many people you can sneak into your duck? The mother duck?
The mother
Mr. Studs.
goose.
How much mother ducking
Studs.
can you do?
What? Sorry, I was
How
reading.
much-
I was reading the rest
How
of
much
it.
mother ducking can you duck?
Is there a limit to
Is
the
there a
number of
limit
people?
to the people?
It says when you infiltrate a location, you can get your team in as well.
Well, team's pretty big.
We can have a team of Japanese
nation.
hackers.
You got a whole bus load of
Up to 5.
On the plane.
Up to 5.
Guess what?
They're all
I like the sound of it.
they're all like savants and they're like
Yes.
linked. They're like linked. They're like
Get the
a team.
5.
They've got little connectors
Yeah,
between
they
their
work as
brains.
one.
Get the 5 best Japanese hackers in the country.
They're
They don't
like
have to be Japanese.
they're like quintuplets and they have a weird connection with each other and with machinery.
That's not. I don't know if you can specify that, but I want the 5 best hackers in the country
It might be them.
So
that are willing to work before payment
Pro bono. No.
because we don't have any money.
We have
But-
some.
Not
The
enough.
best
getting
hackers
tight.
in the country.
Not for
That's
them.
we need Jaeger money.
We paid him like 50K, and he's not the
Yeah.
best hacker.
Apparently not.
Well, it'll depend on my edge, I guess.
Okay.
When I attempt to recruit a specialist or a team of specialists to directly assist your mission, roll plus edge.
Do it.
I guess now's the time.
Do it.
So there's gonna be. We're gonna treat this like it hit the street.
I mean, he has a move.
He has a move.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
just-
so it's just straight up move.
but you only
Yeah,
get to
you
choose
can
like
roll
they're
your
not
move.
all of the qualities, right? They're like 2 of the 3 or something.
It depends how many I pick or what I roll. Depends what I roll.
Just
yeah.
roll it.
I
Roll
need
your
another D.
You can
Need
have
more
as
D,
many
get
as
the
you
D.
want.
Watch out.
Oh
yeah.
Plus my edge. That's 11. So I get to pick 2.
Okay. Tell me about these men.
No,
you
I can
hired.
pick 2 out of 3 here. So there's a team, or do we just want one really good one?
You'd have to be the best in the world.
One super hacker.
A team, and you can either be competent or a professional. What does
As
that mean?
competent as required.
That's actually
That's
really
exactly what we want.
big. That is what we want.
Because it
But-
handles everything.
It's better to have a team, or is he here reliable?
But if one guy is as competent as required, that's
what's
just
the
done.
rest? The rest is just a
As good as
liability,
you need to
actually.
Yeah, it's just more people we have
It's
to
a
pay.
one-man crew.
It's just the one guy, best in the world.
Just hope that, like, when you're rappelling down the thing, that he doesn't just like fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it's
That's
like,
that's
oh,
a
there
risk
goes
we
our
take.
hacker.
He won't fall off.
He'll be in a mono.
mono.
He'll be in a mono glove. Just
Because he's as competent as we need him to be.
Yeah. So
So
that
he's-
includes rappelling
Yeah.
down
Well, so
a
could you just
tension
then
wire.
he's on
confident
one of
in
our
everything,
backs.
just
He's
he needs
on
to
one
be-
of our backpacks. He's
Right.
a super spy. He's excellent handling.
He's like this little tiny guy we can strap on.
It's James Bond
Yeah.
crossbred with Q. from
Yeah,
Q
he's the
Branch.
best hacker in the
Oh
world.
my god.
We
Do
need
you
him.
want to call him James Q for short? Or
Let me
Juan
think.
Q?
Hold on, hold on.
Juan.
It's definitely a plan, James Bond. We think.
Just the
What's
very
Japanese
best.
for James?
James.
I don't think there's a Japanese for James.
Come on, there's gotta be
What about
I mean-
Bond?
What?
What's a Japanese version of Bond?
one. No one has these answers.
No one has
No one speaks fluent Japanese here.
James Bond.
Okay. Like banh mi sandwich.
I don't know.
So like
James Wong.
BAHN.
James
all
Wong. Just James Wong.
It's all Wong
James
here.
Wong, okay.
Isn't that an
James
actor or something?
James Wong?
Probably a lot of.
Okay. So
Well, that
this is
proves
a
that
Thomas
James is
Move hacker hire
Yeah.
who is as competent as the mission requires.
And he's a reliable professional.
Just never actually
Okay.
make a one-man campaign on that.
Which so
he's a filmmaker.
just be advised, Thomas, that
You're
none
at
of these
Final
are going to
Destination.
mean that he'll work cheaply.
Alright.
Oh, he made Dragon Ball Evolution.
So we'll have to make a deal
oh,
with him.
no.
Yes.
That's no good. That's
So-
not what we want.
No.
You have a reputation that he respects.
But we don't need him for that. We need him
No,
to
we don't need him to
Yeah,
make
it's
Dragon Ball
literally
Evolution.
that guy.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
Let me
Yeah,
see. Let me see.
real
Let me
This
see.
is him.
Master hacker.
I want to see.
What did you
I don't know
Google?
if I can rotate.
James
that.
Wan.
James Wan.
Oh, okay.
What does he actually do?
He's the director.
That's Asian 60.
That's Asian.
You want the
They
best? You gotta go
age
for the old
superior to us.
Yep.
James Wan.
Okay, so he will need an upfront fee. He will not, since he is a reliable professional who's competent for a highly trained mission, he will need a down payment.
Yep.
How much are you willing to offer him? I mean, you guys know what the payout will be, potentially.
I mean, all our eggs are on this. So I mean,
Yeah.
we can. Let me see.
I mean,
what
this
I
is
have.
just like a percentage.
Is it a
until the
percentage?
full. I mean, he's getting the full amount later.
What's the full amount?
A lot.
To be determined.
You want to offer him a percentage rather than just a high amount?
No, he's
No.
he's
We-
saying a
we can't-
percentage of what his final payment
Right.
will be.
We
Yeah.
can't afford to pay him $5 million right now.
No.
Right.
But afterwards,
So
upfront payment. down
right. So
payment.
how much are we giving him now? So he does this to get his $5 million.
So here's the thing: he's gonna be willing to work for you because this is part of your move. But if you really lowball him, he might actually respond negatively and ask for more than what he would have normally accepted as an onset. So
How
you
much
don't
does
wanna-
Mert have? Let's
Ideally, we'll pay Mer back.
let's just drain his bank account.
He's
got,
got
like-
20K.
And I have
I
like
see
50.
a minus 40,000 on here.
Yes, we've taken
He's
40,000
got
from him.
61K minus 40,000.
alright,
He's got 20K
21,000.
All right.
I have 52.
You have 52K
Yeah.
still?
Was this all this session? Us draining
Yes.
Mert's entire
That's my
bank
hand.
account?
Well, some of it is
I mean,
in like
is
a
50
secure
a
bank.
lowball?
Yeah. It's,
So like,
I don't
it's
think
just funny.
50's a low ball. That's more than a lot of people make on a job.
Alright, so, and what's the end thing we're offering him? So it's 50
$5
up
million.
front. 5 million.
this is gonna be like a
Starting at
$1 billion
Well, if you get this-
sale.
yeah, right. If you get it intact, it'll be $1 billion. If it has a few bullet holes and dents, they'll probably
I mean,
knock
I don't
off
expect
like
to get $1 billion
no.
because it's stolen.
Right,
But still, we're offering them.
Even
Even
if
if we
you
get
get
like 100 million.
half of that, 500
I
million,
expect-
5 million is a
yeah,
very
at least
small
that.
percentage.
Okay, yeah.
That's 1%.
Okay. And we're giving him 1% of that now.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
That seems right.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
1.1%.
Actually, no. 50,000 of 5 million. Is that really 1%?
I think
It's
it
100,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
100 times. 50,000, 500,000.
All right.
5 million.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
he says to you, for the risks associated with this job, normally I'd ask for more up front, but given the payout and your reputation, I'm willing to take the risk. So you've got your man.
Got
Excellent.
James Wan.
All right.
It's 5%.
James, the
Not
man.
So 50K has been paid out.
Best hacker in
All right.
the world.
So he is now.
I think it was. in
His
Japan.
schedule's been cleared. He is your man until the job is done.
Okay.
I mean, I've got to be among the best.
Yeah.
And if I go to this guy, he's got to be better than me.
Yep.
So
You better be better than you.
yeah, It's not like I don't. I mean, I could potentially do it, but we don't want to take too many risks. So
I
we
mean,
want.
I guess I don't know if it's
You're not a
guarantee
hacker.
that James wants.
You
to.
have.
I was
Or
not
not.
created out of thin air to be as competent as required to do this job. Right. That's the thing. This guy was.
But yes. He absolutely was.
Sees that move every session.
Yep.
That's a slippery term. As confidence required.
It is because if you're doing some really lowball job, I mean, you're just getting some whatever, you know. Yeah, but it's as required.
But
Yep.
what?
What
Like,
if you're like,
you won't always be able.
But then you wouldn't have to
do
pay him
I
very
want
much
to
either.
assassinate the president, someone who's just confidence required, he's just able to do it.
Well, no, that doesn't guarantee success. There's a lot of complications.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we get this guy in front of the computer, he is competent enough to make it happen. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's just not
Does he
going to
still have to
do.
make
He's
a
just not
roll?
going to do it.
Yeah,
But
it's
He'll
he
not,
probably
can.
still have to make a roll.
yeah, it's not just somebody you hire to go do the entire job. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
He
Mac.
doesn't just do it. We have to get him
Like if
to.
you say
yeah,
someone
yeah.
competent is required to steal a Jaeger.
Right. I mean, that's us. There's still a lot involved in that.
Campaign.
Phase
Done.
2 is underway.
Is this phase 2? I thought this was going to be phase 3.
Phase 3 is once we begin the actual heist.
Yep.
Phase 4 is retire,
Phase 4 is
sell.
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
successfully sell and get money and retire.
Yep.
never happen.
Okay.
It will. It will.
So we'll lead things off for that right there. You guys have 19 days of planning.
And 19 days until the next session.
That's funny because it's pretty close, actually.
Pretty close.
It's more like
21.
21.
In 7 days.
So you can spend
So well
one
class.
day. You can spend about one real life day each day planning an in-game day.
That's what I do.
All right, nice.
No,
But
you will
I
not.
I expect you know.
You have 7 days to plan. Then your
When
mind
I'm
must be
playing
class.
Warcraft, I just think about Jaegers.
Nice. I mean, I
Not
would
how
I
you
would
win
encourage I would encourage in this break that we have to not totally let this fade away. Like if you do have a good idea, maybe start a little WordPad document for your planning because I mean the climax of this campaign is yet to play out satisfyingly. So
Yeah, I mean, I went through a lot of plans
yep.
in the last week.
Well, now you can focus them on the specific target now.
There
so.
was a plan of starting a thermonuclear war between China and Russia
Yeah.
as a distraction.
As a distraction. Just as a distraction. Oh my god. Gug, he's capable of anything, man. That's
Well,
great.
this is a lot calmer.
I
This is-
decided that in that case, Japan would probably send out the mechs
Yep.
for warfare, and that wouldn't be good for us.
Military precaution, show force.
So Phil, you can bring back a wild man to join the team if you wish.
I may do that.
Yes.
I'll have to think of it until.
You have a lot of time. You
There's-
can do a
there's
totally
time.
different playbook or however whatever you want to go with.
I may end up doing. Well, I'll probably do something besides hunting.
Yep.
You
Provided
can play
we have the
my-
willpower to assemble after Warcraft is released.
Play my long lost cousin living in Japan. Go.
Gulk, he's
Like a character named Joe.
he's both difficult and easy to play. On the one hand, you just know that you have to be a general inconvenience to Gug. In like an
Which
endearing
you're
sort
good
of
at.
in an endearing sort of way.
It's like
Yeah, you'd have to work on that.
Yep.
Where-
And
where
then
the
the
easiest
caricature of a
characters to play.
character.
Gulk.
and then but then also
Is that
be
him?
No, we don't. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't think so.
but then also be uncannily clutch and competent in certain situations.
Certain-
Yeah.
Yep.
certain-
So that's how you play, that's how you play Gulk right there.
Gulk is a god of mischief or something. I don't know.
He hasn't popped up in a while.
Nope. I don't want to just have to rely on him.
Maybe he'll
for-
be your master hacker. James Wong. Is
No,
the
no,
alias
it's
for
James
Gulk.
Wan. He's canon now. He's canon.
James
He's not gonna
Gulk
be.
Wong.
Yeah, sorry, he's the super spy. Of
He doesn't actually hack. He just pulls from the bag until something good happens.
God.
No, I am looking forward to when the plan takes place, but there will be a little bit of a gap.